get into that game one of Boom versus Team Secret. Again, I really like Boom's draft, I have to admit. Like, maybe the laning phase is a little bit slower. You've got Pakaz on a DK, which is interesting because, again, when you think of Pakaz, you think of illusion heroes, you think of flash farmers. DK is not one of those heroes. He can farm decently, but not to the same extent that we see his Dusa, his Gyro, his Luna. So I'm keen to see how comfy Pakaz is playing DK. Mind you, saying that is like saying DK is a hero that's hard to play. Not really. So I'm just keen to see whether or not Pakaz defaults back to like more farm, or if he takes activity with, say, an early Blink Manta, starts to play with his team. I do feel like there's some emphasis on early advantage here for Boom. Just because you've got this push with Leshrac, you've got the Eidolon spam for Sacred, and some early push as well from Pakaz from an early 6, so you do want to leverage that as best as possible.
Dragon Knight as a hero just feels like Arc Warden almost. Right now, once you get the Manta Axe up, you just... That's what it is. It's literally Arc Warden.
And at least you don't go Midas and just Midas creep waves as well.
Not yet.
God help us.
Bounty Rune's going to be a 2-for-2 trade. Nice even start here between these two teams. Because as per usual, we'll start with the mid lane. John, you're going to have Slardom up against Corden, the Wind Ranger versus the Leshrac matchup. I don't think either side will have too challenging of a time. Of course, it's going to be one of those kind of outplay matchups between these two, but it feels quite even. If anything, I'd give Corden a slight advantage, but it still can go the other way.
Yeah, he's going to really have to leverage his positioning and his wind rundown line to get some favorable trades, but it's not like it's a completely bad lane for Wind Ranger. It is manageable enough. Rune control is a big part to dictate this. If you deny that away from Slardom, it does hurt the Leshrac a lot more to not have access to more mana. That is one way for Corden to kind of build up here. You do have good support to rotate onto mid from Secret, which does take advantage of that. Like a Tusk coming in, an Oracle coming in is very scary, and it is a lot of control. And I like that Corden's just taking advantage early on. With Windrun, Slardom can't really do much. He doesn't have pressure with Splitter to punish. Only the Lightning Storm spam, which is chipping away nicely, but, you know, it's free hits for Corden whenever Wind runs up.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, top lane, you are actually seeing Chrysalis and Theolacore against Panda and Pakaz, so the Chrysalis does not want to have to play against the Enigma offlane, which is absolutely fair, because, you know, Enigma just denies all your creeps, so they'll throw Boom in a bit of a harder lane, but he can kind of clear out the Eidolons with the Tidebringer anyway, along with the Fortune's End of Puppy. Sad thing is you don't have the Oracle MK lane we talked about during the draft, which does tend to be quite strong. But of course, they'd rather just secure their CS early on, so I can kind of understand why they've done this.
Yeah, you still end up with a Monkey King versus DK lane, which is very advantageous for Crystallis. Outside of the Breed Fire being annoying, you've got this early spike that can happen with Tag Team later on. And, you know, the bot lane is still pretty steady. You can get a good route into a Torrent once levels are up for Boom. You can get some good harassment. You take away the bite of the early Eidolons with a threat of Tidebringer. So you're going to have to play a little bit more passive on Sacred. It has to be very careful with his micro here. But it does set up for a better time overall for Secret. So they should be able to find what they want. And that's already reflecting a bit in the CS. Some good early advantages from the side of Team Secret in these few early waves. That does set a decent enough tone to start off here.
Certainly does. The things will get a little bit more challenging for Sacred here once Boom hits that level 3 mark with the level 2 Tidebringer up. But you cannot underestimate how much damage can be done from this bottom laner's top lane. Speaking of damage, the Kaz will take a fair bit on his way out. But it is a Dragon Knight. He is just going to be able to reset passively quite easily. And naturally, there's not really much kill potential here for Pakaz and Panda, but they just want to hit creeps as well. They do not care to kill.
No, you just need to sit back, farm up, soak up as much as possible. And I think the key thing for Panda is just to have the Fire Spirits ready for any dive in. That attack speed slow should just destroy the rundown potential of Team Secret. So it's really down to the Phoenix to just hold until he can, as long as possible, until that commitment is made by Team Secret. So far, again, laning phase for Team Secret going pretty smoothly. Corden's lane mid starting to get a pretty clear advantage early on. 19-3 up against the 14-2 of Slardom.
Boom.
Free lane for Boom, although
They're getting quite low there, but Poppy will be around to save. No problems here. Mid lane, Corden's having a very good time here, John. You look at that CS difference, 21-5 compared to the 14-2. Corden has certainly abused the hero matchup quite a bit.
And he has. Again, he's slowly, steadily building up. There are no rotations to deny off the water runes, so there is still some play for Slatum. But he is lacking in presence now and slowing down Corden, which is a little bit concerning. An early level spike for the Wind Ranger into 6. The kill threat with Focus Fire is massive without the counter threat of Pulse Nova. And that is something that you can achieve solo with a decent lineup here for Corden. Slatum has to be a little bit cautious about that possibility. The side of Boom now, need to kind of think about their timings later on, because you are going to have to hang back and farm on Sacred, on Slatum, and on Pakaz for sure, considering how these lanes are shaping up. Again, a massive early advantage for Secret in terms of CS. This lane for Boom being a free lane is very concerning. Like, faster timing into the double bracer, into the eventual Ags, lots of potential there.
Mid lane, Corden. Let's get caught by a splitter for Slatum. Slatum on the chase, Corden getting extremely low. One more Lightning Storm might just do it, though. Corden will bottle up, and it's a cheeky power shot out, forcing Slatum to back his way out. Slatum trying his absolute best to get some damage off while he still can. The CS is still well and truly going Corden's way, but it seems that the Leshrac is slowly catching up.
Slowly is, still behind by a wave, which is not the ideal. Corden's still going to hit that earlier level 6 timing. And again, the solo kill threat for Corden is there once Focus Fire is up. Something they have to respect. Starting to get a bit aggressive down bot here as well.
Oh, they missed the torrent. The puppy, still trying to run, is actually out of range, so they cannot quite reach him. Knight's going to try and TP to the tier 1 tower and pick him off that way. A Fairy Fire, a TP away. Puppy! Oh, he's got it. Close, but no cigar for Knight, and that's a bit of a TP wasted as well.
Yeah, at the least, Puppy's not going to be in that lane. He can't go for a bottle refill on mid as well. So you do have Boom isolated for now, giving some space for Sacred to try to play the lane, get some CS. Eidolons just fall apart to Boom at level 5 now, though. He is just getting free farm. Lead for Team Secret, despite not having kills. Again, just working the lanes, already 2k up. Not a good sign for Boom. All of their cores just not having the smoothest start. And again, considering your lineup, you've got an Enigma, you've got a DK, they do need some farm. I don't see any smooth connections for Slatum off the back of this. I mean, you could try once your support 6s are up, but before that point, it doesn't feel like the Lesh has anyone to really safely play with. So that's going to give a lot of room for Secret to get their own game going. And it's just lining up again for this really quick timing. Double Bracer ready for Boom. Going into the Ags next, you've got Crystallis, who is, again, just basically free farming top. Not much Pakaz can do. Reedfire can slow it down, but they can't really get aggressive with a DK Phoenix. And this is playing into exactly what Secret would want.
Pakaz even loses the Gloves of Haste, so no treads for him. And now Corden's TPing up towards the top lane. They want to try and have a crack. In fact, Puppy, he came through the Twin Gates to just cut off Pakaz. Corden will secure first blood on the Wind Ranger. They'll even try for Panda, and they've got him. Chrysalis will take the secondary kill. This is a really, really bad bit of news for Boom. I mean, they've already had a pre-rough laning stage, but now giving those kills away like that, it seems like Secret will well and truly be online very, very soon. Boom, in the meantime, will secure some stacks here in the Dire Triangle, but they are still quite a bit behind.
And they are 3k lead up now for Team Secret. And they just have so much leeway to get things done. These support level 6s are still a ways off. There's no real connections to make for Slatum. All they can do is farm. None of their heroes are ready to play. You could maybe try to force something out when Sacred is 6 with a black hole. Just like one black hole pick off onto a single target. Feels like the earliest play you could hope to make. See if that's something that can line up. Slatum and Knight going for a bit of a smoke out. They could try to find one easy pickoff on a support while it's still early here.
Slatum's going to be a little bit cautious, though. Theo Lacour, that's a great shards out. Locking Slatum down, though. He's still going to try and rush forward onto somebody, but misses out. They'll go onto Theo Lacour once again. Theo, he does have a snowball ready to go. Will pop it eventually, but there's no helping coming. He will just buy a... Oh, in fact, maybe he doesn't need it, but he does. He will go down. It's a lot of commitment for a task, but I think Boom will be happily taking it.
They need to take what they can get. An important kill for Slatum to find to accelerate that Kaya timing. You can see how challenging it is to even just find some of these support kills. As long as Puppy's around and he has that value point in the Fate's Edict, your magic damage is just not going to do anything. And that's all you're relying on early on. from this Lesh, from your supports. The DK is not going to be dealing physical damage anytime soon. So they need to find a way to take care of Puppey first every single time when these wider fights do break out. Let's see if they'll find that opportunity. Teal just smoked in the back. Doesn't quite have any easy initiation tools, but they are just keeping a steady watch on Corden, bringing him into the smoke now. They've got good forward vision spotting out Panda here.
They'd rather Pakaz if they could, but Panda is ready to break the smoke and does. Let's have the Icarus dive away. Snowball will be popped. Icarus dive still going to make it now. Slardom will intervene. And Theolacore, he's gone a bit too far. They will try to punish the Tusk. He'll run up north. Another nice shards blocking the way of Slardom. The TPs are incoming. They really want the kill. Meanwhile, Crystal's going to show up from the backside, finding Knight on the Disruptor, and Theolacore, he's actually out of there.
What?
He has made it. Slardom now in danger. Shackle will somehow not latch, but it won't really matter. They'll get away with everybody, and they'll take a support for their trouble.
The only hero getting space right now in Boom is maybe Pakaz a little bit. Definitely much more on Sacred right now down bot. Doesn't feel like the Enigma form's the one that you're really looking for here on the side of Boom. Like, this is not the way that the space feels like it should be distributed. Nice shackle out from Corden, but no follow-up this time around. I know, like, this timing into the aura build-up for the Enigma plus the blink, it's a little bit concerning. It has to pay off if that blink timing is what you're looking for.
They didn't see it was an Invis rune that was picked up here by Corden. Hands are up here from Corden. Slardom's going to go down. They did not have any vision over that top rune, so they had no idea Corden was Invis. And now Panda, he tries to get a few D-wards off, but he may just get power shot. Corden, the sniper? No, he will miss her.
They already find the big kill they'd want anyway. And slowing down this Lesh, slowing down any sort of early timing that they could try to tie into that Lesh rack. It's just all bad news right now for Boom. 4K lead at 10 minutes in, that's not insignificant at all. That's a very significant figure this early on in the game. You've got the Vlads up for Sacred. Again, the Aura build's coming up into the Blink BKB. But then you're going to tie your gameplay into this black hole, into your support level 6s once they're up. And it just feels like in that downtime, Team Secret will just be able to run you down anyway. They need to find a way to apply pressure onto the towers. Have Slatham walk up, use the Diabolic Edict, use the Eidolon to just find an objective as 3 or 4, and just rinse and repeat, go back and farm, and try to maximize space here.
Absolutely, it's a bit of a rough affair so far for Boom. Now 4K behind. All 3 cores of Secret at the top of the net worth board, sitting very pretty. They've got a long way on Boom to really be able to fight back here. Pakaz is going to go for an early blink up, so it does seem like he wants to get a little bit active here on the DK. The rest of Boom just trying to buy their course time. And I suppose in some ways Secret may feel like they could be on a little bit of a timer against this DK Enigma, because we've seen what happens when DK gets manned to Ags, and of course Enigma is a very, very, very scary late game threat. Or maybe they're just not, because their draft isn't too bad either.
Yeah, I think they scale really well. Like, this Monkey King is probably the biggest win condition we have on the map outside of Black Hole. The scaling of Crystallis is pretty much beyond everyone else's in terms of output, so you can always rely on that. Pakaz?
Speaking of, Pakaz, he's alone up this top lane. They do not lock him down, but no, the X is there. They've got the lockdown and they've got Pakaz. No TPs to come in, and this goes back to the draft of Boom. They do not have a great lineup to TP and try to counter-initiate. They are heavily reliant on being the ones to initiate right now.
They're forced to just wait. Just look for these blinks to be up. They at least have the threat of level 6s on their supports. So Supernova, Static Storm is up. No value point for the kinetic field yet for Knight. That will be up shortly at the very least. You've got the blink on Pakaz before he dies. He does manage to buy out. They'll try to leverage this if they find a pick-off. If they can isolate Secret one by one, they do still have openings here on Boom.
I mean, absolutely. I think you may just want to wait for the blink on Sacred, though, to be fair. Like, he's only about 400 gold off that. They'll run down, they'll try to find Boom on the Kunkka. They are heading the right way. Boom should be in pretty big danger. head towards the twin gate, see if he can leave, but no, he breaks the smoke. He'll see Picard, he'll try to run, but the Static Storm is out. He's still a tanky boy though. He's going to buy a bit of time for his team to TP down towards that T1 tower, and boom, he's got the false promise. Puppey, he'll save. They'll pop a black hole on Chrysalis, but it's not going to be enough. Chrysalis will survive. Sacred is down. Boom at least does go down in the end. Maybe Boom can keep this team fight going. Porton in the meantime finds a double kill as Crystal is still running away towards the north. Picard will chase him down on the MK, takes him out, but they'll lose their Phoenix to boot. A complete mess down at the bottom lane. Porton will end with a triple kill and a 3-for-4 trade in the favor of Team Secret, but the goal change was actually in favor of Boom Esports.
Again, you have to consider Boom are 5k behind. That kind of trade does benefit them, even though it's a lot of back and forth. Secret's not entirely out from that. They still maintain their lead. The big difference maker, definitely Puppey and this Oracle. That false promise buying enough time to get some utility out from Boom. The Fate's Edict again ruining this chase down with a magic damage reliance on Boom early on. Need to find a very quick solution for Puppey first. This should be their priority target before anything else. For the side of Boom, I mean, you're still more than happy to find those kills to try to equalize, get something going for your team, get some usage out of Black Hole. You have enough for Sacred to buy out that Blink, but it looks like he might be opting for the BKB first. They're going to have to be a little bit more patient before the initiation comes in. Just rely on Pakas to carry through for you on that early on.
Secret more than happy to slow down just a little bit. Still, the farm is definitely going their way. There's no doubt about that. Makaz now has queued up the Manta, so ready to start being annoying on the DK very, very soon.
Boom has his Ags up as well. No one has any BKB lined up just yet. Bornstorm is ready. This is such a massive nuisance for Boom. And there's just no protecting here. No defense on these supports outside of glimpse, I suppose. So many ways for Secret now to look at these fights and take them forward.
Shackle? Nah, it's just going to be on a creep wave. That is very concerning. Like, that Torrent Storm just makes it feel impossible to fight into if you don't have the BKBs up here for Boom Esports. Shall see if they do manage to get a fight going their way, Team Secret. They have smoked up on their supports here. Theolacor and Puppey going to wrap around through the top lane. They'll head down towards mid. They are going to run right into Knight, so this could be a nice easy pick off here onto the Disruptor. And that it will be, as Corden will just snipe him from a mile away. And it's onto the T1 mid tower. They know Boom Esports cannot fight. Not into this Axe Conquer.
No, there's just no openings right now for Boom. Has to be step back, farm up, try to stall for time, try to get these key items up. Slatum trying to work straight into the Bloodstone now off the back of that Kaya. Will have some sustain to play with up front. I would say he needs some spell immunity. One of these guys has to have that BKB first. Sacred again looking to bypass the Blink first for the BKB, although he did go back for the Shard instead. We'll see if that leads into the Blink now. But Secret still maintaining that 4K lead, 10-4. 17 minutes in, the 4K lead's not as impactful. You are still a decent amount above all the cores of Boom, though. And Boom have not made map progress. Bot tier 1 still stands, and Secret are more than willing to defend.
Bottom lane, the cars. All with his pants down. Nice blink away, though. Does juke out the boat. Unfortunate, and Picard. Whoopsie daisies, Picard.
Aha. Unbind it, boy.
Caught in the meantime. He'll find Knight. Picard, yeah, you can tell what kind of player he is, right, John? We all know that player in our pubs.
I mean, yeah. That's definitely... that's Picard's style. Should unbind it, though.
Oh. Gary's going to have a chat with him later, I'm sure.
He's like, what's your chat wheel set on? Take it off. You want to be the Boom admin instead? There's an opening, apparently. Perhaps.
Anyway, 11-4, 5k advantage the way of Team Secret. They are well and truly in control of this game. No signs of slowing down either. Of course, Boom, they're playing the slow game. 18 minutes in. Not quite soon enough yet for them to get going. They do have a blink on Sacred, so you do have some nice counter-initiate if they so wish now. But it seems that Team Secret are just taking some real good fights. They're not giving many advantages over to Boom to really find an angle into the fights.
It doesn't feel safe for Sacred even with a blink, though, I have to say. Just the possibility of Tornstorm flying in his general area kind of makes it tough to really line up for a great black hole. You have to pick up Boom in that AoE, and then you also have to pick up Crystallis. You have to pick up 2 of these cores together. And I don't see Secret making that mistake anytime soon. They've been very disciplined with their positioning when they do take these fights. At the least, you know, that possibility you were talking about of just scaling up in DK is coming closer. Manta coming out for Pakaz in about 900 gold. You've got the Ags that can line up afterwards. And then the game can last another 20 minutes, because why not?
Indeed. Panda. As Icarus dive, will Sunray over the shards instead. Team Secret more than happy to just chill out for now. Full Gleipnir up onto Crystallis. He just wants the BKB to get going once again with his team. Bottom lane, perhaps a T1 tower to be taken here by Team Secret. They are still the much stronger team when it comes to 5v5 engagement, so I don't think BOOM Esports will be too interested in trying to defend. But Pakaz is still hanging around, and this could really cost him because they've got the Gleipnir. They will lock him down. Well, Pakaz, sometimes you just can't say no to that farm.
Yeah, plays a little bit greedy, gets punished nicely. And, well, at the very least, Boom only loses 1. That's space out for Slatum, space out for Sacred. Looks like they are setting up to maybe contest onto the tier 2 or the Tormentor. They know it's spawning up, and Secret are going for it.
They certainly are. Slatum's here to try and intervene, though. He'll start to move in. A Boundless will hold him back. Sadly, I mean, Sacred, he's going to need an angle here for this black hole, but does not see anybody. They are lacking so much vision here. BOOM Esports and Secret, they have plenty of vision. The Phoenix will get caught first. Secret grouping up, got to be very, very careful. They'll drop the egg here, Slatum. There's the black hole. They've caught 3, but no! Oh, the Torrent Storm. The Torrent Storm ruins everything. Sacred will go down. Slatum will go down. Crystallis, he does actually die here, though. And so does Boom. So Corden needs to run. Secret, they'll just try to escape. An actual 2-for-3 scenario the way of BOOM Esports. And in fact, it might be a 4th now. They'll get the glimpse onto Corden. That's exactly what BOOM Esports wanted. Even with the failed black hole, it still works out.
It just gives them that slight opening they need to make this super tough for Team Secret. A very forced fight right by that Tormentor. Good punishment coming out from Boom. Finally, the investment pays off. And just the black hole coming out, just enough time to hold them in. The Torrent Storm still a nuisance for sure. But that was not the fight Team Secret were looking for. Focus Fire was just used on Pakaz for that kill on the tier 1. So you didn't have that burst damage ready on Corden, just not the timing you're looking for. The egg flying on as well with a Sunray damage. It just giving a little bit of leeway to get that pop. Just all the follow-up control was there. They stacked their spells perfectly on Boom, and they equalized the game. All of a sudden, that lead of Secret down to just 1k. The cores have equalized in farm, and they've got their play ready on the side of Boom as long as their spells are up.
Yeah, it's a beautiful setup here from our Phoenix Panda, just knowing they could not resist the urge to hit that egg, and it did cost them a lot here, Team Secret. Now the net worth lead down to 1k, and the win probability swinging right back the way of BOOM Esports. So Secret, once again, need to try and slow the game down. Crystallis will go back to just farm up that BKB that he did not have in that last engagement.
We're finding Roshan as well. Low commitment out from Secret. Focus Fire plus tag team onto the Roche. They're going to be able to find this one for free. Secondary life more than likely coming out here for Corden. Now, Focus Fire does fade. It's not as quick as you'd want it to be, but they've got enough to get this going here. We'll see if they can maximize that. Do need these BKBs to be up now on side Team Secret. And they need to respect Sacred. That black hole, again, it's a difference maker along with the egg. We've talked about the strength of the Boom lineup. It's all of this wombo combo. It's the intergalactic combination of Supernova and black hole. Physics wins the day here, Mike.
Yeah, science. With the quote, you haven't watched Breaking Bad, have you, John?
Science. No, I haven't. Better Call Saul?
You haven't watched that either, John. Don't even
No.
pretend.
You know what would be fun? We were talking about interactions with Black Hole, right? And Supernova. What if it just did something related to Portal? Like it becomes the portals for some reason. It doesn't take you anywhere, but it becomes aperture sciencey. I think that would be cool.
No idea what you just said, John.
Wait, you've never played Portal?
No, I just turned my hearing off when you start talking, John. I actually didn't hear a word you said.
Fair enough.
Very selective hearing, John. I'm a married man.
Yeah, it's a skill you do pick up, I suppose, Mikey. You've honed it. Smoke out from Secret. They've got that BKB fresh up in Crystallis. They want to make a difference. However, boom, they've got all their teamfight spells back up. Need a pick-off here in Team Secret.
They're running right towards Sacred, though Sacred does seem to realize they are around, so he does back off towards the base. Slardum is around the mid lane, not quite close enough to break the smoke of Team Secret, though, so Team Secret now heading directly east, may run into Pakaz. If they go south, the Dragonite is alone, and it seems like Pakaz may just get caught. Pakaz, Spidey senses tingling, will go for a TP away, and Boom does not see him. Unfortunate. A wasted smoke here for Team Secret.
And again, it's just more time for Boom to ramp up. Bloodstone on Slardum, BKB not too far off. You've got BKB for Pakaz not too far off now as well. About to hit 18 into the Ags timing that we love to talk about. Boom have held steady. And they've held steady off a pretty rough laning phase. You know, it was a lot slower than what we're used to seeing from Boom. They tend to like to play aggressive, hit this tempo and give Pakaz space. This time Pakaz much more sacrificial. Is working out. Again, for Team Secret, it does feel like they really need a pickoff. They might find one, but Panda has a force staff to get some distance. Not the easiest one to pin down. Liquor does have the blink, but just not quite quick enough to jump in.
They are still just slowly chipping away at this bottom tier 2 tower now with Corn. They still seem to believe they are the stronger team here, of course, with the Aegis up on their Wind Ranger. BKB is now available on 2 of their cores. Boom Esports, it's going to be a matter of whether they want to try and defend this. The answer appears to be no. They are just taking the time to farm up. Pakaz now having his own BKB available, working on towards the Aghanim Scepter. And again, I think once Pakaz have the Ags up, you know you can instantly drag out the game. So that's what Boom are playing.
Yep, just wait for the Ags timing. Stall out the game. You can hold high ground. You have really strong high ground actually on Boom. With Supernova, with Black Hole, with the Shard already up in Slardum. See if the smoke works out.
Smoke. You want to try and abuse this BKB on Pakaz. DMCore going to be spotted. No stun out yet. Boom. He'll throw the boat out. Pakaz will have to cop that. Not popping the BKB either. Sacred's going to move up. No Black Hole being committed quite yet. As Christmas is going to find the Enigma with the Gaimin now locking him down. Sacred, he's forced the Black Hole. He'll throw it out right onto Pakaz. And Pakaz, or rather Christmas, he was too far forward. He will go down, but there goes Slardum as well. Meanwhile, Corden trying to chase down Sacred, misses out on the power shot and might just drop. And he will. Meanwhile, Pakaz going once again onto the task. Puppy trying to save Thea Lacour. On the backside, Corden being caught in the Static Storm is going to go down. And with that, they can keep moving forward. Thea Lacour, he'll be okay. But 2 down for Secret, and that's the Monkey King and the Wind Ranger. As Pakaz, he's not done yet. He wants a little bit more. Tidal Wave is actually going to connect.
What?
It's fine, John, just a feature. Everyone else going to be okay to back their way out. But a fantastic team fight once again from Boom. The Black Hole onto Crystallis is just really making the big difference. Just understanding how much trouble he was in, he just pops.
Yeah, and you get that healing in the backline from Panda. You get a good position for the egg. It just all works out again. The execution from Boom is lining up. They do have way better team fight. Well, much harder lockdown in this team fight in comparison to the tide of Team Secret. And for Team Secret, there's a lot of pressure on Puppy here to save. He has to be very selective with his target for this Fate's Edict. For the False Promise, he false promised up Theo Liquor instead of Corden on that secondary life with the Aegis, which just made things all the worse for Team Secret. Boom, managing to isolate Corden so far forward. And again, the patience for their spell stacking. Like the Static Storm came way later on into that second life of Corden. They held off on the egg. They managed to time this BKB Black Hole from Sacred.
I don't think Caught is the big kickoff here. If they can get it, he will pop the Bloodstone, but it will not matter. Slide him down. Puppy able to secure a kill for himself on the Oracle. It's the kind of little kills that you do not want to see Boom Esports giving away. That's a big one.
That it is, but it's more important now to just get space out for Pakaz. Already one part into the Ags. He's making great use of this space. You've got the Octarine being built up by Sacred. These are your bigger scaling cores. The Leshrac, it still has impact. It still needs a BKB. But these are the two cores that really make that big difference on the DK, on the Enigma. I'm wondering if Sacred will gun down for, say, the Ags down the line. Would be pretty interesting to have that pull.
Puppey will get the tip from Panda because Puppey channeled the Fortune's End instead of immediately popping it and just getting the TP cancel. Here's what it is. Did not know the TP was happening anyway because obviously, you know, the Sunray just drags him away. We've all done it as Oracle plays, I'm sure.
It happens.
It does. Mid lane, the Team Secret happy once again to set up for a fight. Keep in mind, Sacred does have Black Hole available again with BKB. Secret, they will try to force the fight. But they are going to be a lot more cautious, I think. You've seen the impact that Sacred can have in these fights, even with a one-man Black Hole. It can make all the difference.
And it is. It's really just the difference maker, just this team fight potential, even onto one, even just isolating the Monkey King from doing his damage. The BKB just doesn't matter when you're in the face of a Black Hole. Boom. 700 gold away from Pakaz having his Ags. Infinite Stall can come in afterwards. Octarine for Sacred not too far off.
Same ward. Not the water jet here by the supports of BetBoom Esports, so they will be able to secure another kill in that same position that they were able to pick up the Leshrac in earlier. Meanwhile, speaking of Slardom, Boom is going to find himself Panda. Egg will be forced out. There is no helping coming. Panda immediately will go down, and now you can certainly look towards that tier 2 mid.
That you can, but you did pop Wukong's there, along with a boat from Boom. Wukong's a little bit longer in cooldown. You don't have too much to worry about on the side of Boom. Does make the high ground potential. Follow up for Secret, not quite there. Got the BKB up and slap him as well. And again, Pakaz does have enough for the full Ag, so he can start to push back. I do appreciate the vision game from Secret. A good quadrant around mid, watching high ground, watching right below high ground, and watching by that ramp area onto the triangle. It's about to fade, but they've gotten a lot out of their ward coverage here. For Boom, it's just a little bit too dark on the map. They've got this one triangle ward that's not really giving them any useful info. They're not really wandering to that side of the map anyway. Roshan in a minute and a half. Secret are set up for a nice Roche take here as well. But Pakaz has his high-end gameplay ready. So he's got his illusions to get some work done.
5-man smoke here, John. It axes up on the Dragon Knight. Octarine core now on Sacred to boot. Things could be very, very tough here for Team Secret if they get caught with their pants down. The car's trying to bait them a little bit forward. Secret not interested at all in the Dragon Knight to start off. That is way too tanky of a target, but Pakaz will jump in for his son. Does find Theolacore with the task. Theolacore still casually walking his way out though, but the glimpse back is going to be there. He'll go for the snowball to buy a little bit more time, but the Static Storm will block him down once again. Dual Scepter this time around will keep Theolacore alive. Meanwhile, the Black Hole, it has caught two of them once again. Sacred, he found Crystallis and Boom. Still, they are willing to fight back though. It's BetBoom Esports that need to back the hell out of there. Sacred in huge trouble. They've already lost Slardom. It looks like the Enigma's gone. Meanwhile, Puppey does drop to Pakaz, but that's about all they're going to get along with Theolacore. There's Boom, never mind. The Conker's now gone. In goes Crystallis, who'll try on tonight. The buybacks are incoming. They need to help their Monkey King. Pakaz still manning up, will take him down. Crystallis is gone. Corden is gone to boot. What's all gone from Team Secret? What have they done? What have they done? BetBoom Esports. They'll keep going. The full team wipe upon them. Boom will try to wave them goodbye. See ya, boys. It was nice knowing ya. And Roshan's up in 1 second.
Oh, that timing for Secret. Panda comes back into the fight, has the egg for the later part. He can't clean it up. The Black Hole was great, and again, isolating out the big damaging cores. They did have BKBs running, which held back on Slatum's damage. But that was just such great work done. Pakaz, he is working this DK the right way, making it so awkward for them to work their way into these fights, giving the opportunity for Boom to take the split up from the side of Team Secret, and just isolating the saves in the backline. You know, Puppey can't safely go for all of these big saves with a false promise, can't get the Fate's Edict off at the right moments when necessary. And it's just the isolation. Look where Pakaz puts himself, cutting off Corden and Puppey, and then you have that opportunity to get the Black Hole there from Sacred, and sure, the BKB's up. Slacken can't do much, but the
top
damage
lane.
is done.
A new fight breaking out. Thea Lacour looks to be caught. Puppey also getting glimpsed back here by Knight into the Static Storm. No messing around. They understand how important the Oracle kills are. And Thea Lacour will also drop. No problems here for BOOM Esports as they'll go right through the Twin Gates. They're going to be looking towards that Roshan and the bottom tier 2 tower.
Now they've got it all lined up for themselves here. No contest coming out from Team Secret anytime soon. Gonna be able to find it. They've got the damage with Pakaz and Slatham around. Secret, it's all falling a little bit flat. They need more damage output on Crystallis. He is going back for that Daedalus. Gordon himself also going for the Daedalus now. Just understanding they need to be able to burst down Pakaz or even just slat him a little bit quicker. Heck, even Secret. Any one of these cores out of the equation does simplify things for Secret, but they need the damage to do so. There's so much sustain, so much aura play coming out from BOOM at the moment. Aegis is given out to Slatin. They've got the Roche banner up as well, which doesn't do as much as you'd want, but a little bit of a bonus for shoving in. And now they can look at these tier 2 towers. They've got a Lesh, they've got a DK, they've got the Eidolon army. They have the potential to just even out map control here. Secret, what else could you hope for out of these Daedaluses? Refresh coming out for BOOM. Could use a BKB on this Kunkka as well. After the refresh, they will find the Tormentor for themselves, a free shard for Puppey, so a little bit more healing with a Reign of Destiny, which can help out, especially with False Promise to sustain true. Power just falls, as you'd expect when you're playing up against a Lesh and DK. Mid set to fall next. Only the top lane left safe for Secret right now, with a tier 1 still standing. 7k lead for BOOM. Spectacular plays. It was all down to execution. This lineup had such a slow start, but they were 5k behind at 10 minutes in. They had trust in their timing, and here they are, pushing in.
Yeah, 7k advantage now sitting in the way of BOOM Esports, and they are sitting very pretty. Team Secret, only one good team fight away really from turning this game back around, to be absolutely fair to them. But they've got to find that good team fight, and that's going to be the difficulty here in this game 1. BOOM going to get stunned up by Slardum, but there's going to be no follow-up to it. Slardum just throwing out a cheeky stun. And we've seen this before. They're not going to try and pressure high ground the right way. You know how they're going to do it, John. DK Illusions and Dragon Form will probably be how they'll do it when Pakaz feels ready.
That's the magic of having DK. Already has the full blood turn up as well, going for the overwhelming blink. Probably, maybe an Octarine. I don't know if you really want that in the pause 1 DK rather than 2. Certainly a possibility for more uptime. The fun truly begins now at 36 minutes in. And BOOM. And they're also having fun on everyone else. Sacred going back for the refresh. Slaughter looking for his blink. He has the full Kaya Sanj on top. They've got complete control for Secret again. It maybe comes down to a little bit into the Cordon Wind Ranger pickup. Like, yes, it's comfort. He had a great time in the mid lane. He was kind of crushing Slatum quite nicely. But at this point, like, it's all single target focused damage. They lack AoE control, which is so hard to say when you've got Tornstorm, but when BKBs are up, Tornstorm is not as effective, and those BKBs are still relatively long here on the side of BOOM.
Top lane. Secret, they are setting up for a fight. They'll see Slardum. That'd be a nice target if they could burst him down, but you never know where the rest of the cavalry are. Here comes Team Secret. They'll hold the high ground of that Radiant Triangle. BOOM Esports slowly inching their way forward. Slardum once again using himself as bait for his team. Team Secret, they are not taking it. They will hold their ground underneath their own vision by the cliff area. And it seems though BOOM Esports, they don't see the opportunity. They'll leave it be, though Slardum does kind of stick around. But he will use the Ogre Seal Totem to just pounce his way out. He could maybe look to Panda in the mid lane, but he's not really showing under vision anyway. Well, Team Secret, they are just going to have to patiently wait for their opportunity.
I just need to take this time to just keep that build up on the side of BOOM. Same thing for Secret. See just how much more they can get out. Ags for Cordon is going to provide a little bit more utility coming in here. Scotty for Crystallis as well to mitigate some of that healing here. And just more stat padding for the Monkey to hold front. Refresh for BOOM still a ways off. On the side of BOOM, again, low committal, Dragon Form, Manta out. Get that build up. Refresh for Sacred. Blink for slot him. You can maybe start to think about additional stuff. You already have the Ags up for Knight. Such high impact with that Static Storm now with a Mute. It's going to feel impossible for Team Secret if they get caught out in the wrong spot. The Wombo combo is just way too strong from Boom.
They're going to move in. Well, the Dragon Knight illusions are going to move in. A high-tier gameplay here from Picasso. Even the Unsplit Earth Shard is making sure the illusions can't be contested. You love to see that. Smoke is up from Team Secret. A two-man smoke into a 3, into a 4. They're going to try and force a fight. They don't want to wait for this to happen in their base. Slardom, they'll see the Leshrac. You might want to disrupt your Enigma first, though. Puppey, he will be spotted in Slardom. He has no hesitation to move in, but the Aegis is about to expire in 10 seconds. Slight caution, perhaps, from Slardom. Never mind, though. He's moving in again. Secret's still waiting patiently. They need to find those supports. They'll see Pan. Pan has got the egg ready whenever. They'll try to pop him, but no, the tidal wave dragging him back eventually. Still, it's not enough yet. Panda, he'll get the egg off in time. Meanwhile, Slardom, he's on a Corden. He's got the force from now. Crystallis gets caught out. He's gone. Crystallis is gone. Sacred chasing down Corden. Corden trying to run with his BKB. It is not looking great for him, though. He is as good as gone. No buybacks on either of those cores either. That is going to be at least one lane of barracks, but hell, maybe even mega creeps to come, quite frankly. You've got so much time without the MK or the Wind Ranger. And keep in mind, I mean, Black Hole's still up. They never used it.
Great sequence of events there for Boom. Crystallis didn't even get to use his BKB. I think his tree broke. I think he was jumping around. Tree got cut by either Split Earth. I'm not sure. It looked like a long-ass stun. And it just falls apart. He couldn't BKB. He couldn't fight back in. They didn't have to plop the Black Hole here on the side of Boom, and it's going to be the full Megas. I don't see the fight back for Secret anytime soon with the threat of Black Hole still up. It's just too much to deal with. Again, the team fight combination of Boom is just so damn strong with Disruptor, with Enigma, with Phoenix, with the area denial that you have with Leshrac, with the safety net of a DK, with the Ags, heck, even a full overwhelming blink up for Pakaz. Mech creeps just like that. Team Secret, I know what you do now. Your backs are up against the wall. You need pickoffs here.
They're holding Pakaz down. Crystallis is back up in 3. Mega creeps are incoming. Thea Lacour, he'll jump in for a roll response onto the Dragon Knight. Pakaz, though, still casually walking his way out, but there's the X-Spec now into the Dragon Knight, but the Black Hole against Sacred. He's going to find 2 of them. This is not the fight Secret wanted. They will lose Boom. Still Crystallis, he managed to get his way out of there. He will survive for now as they'll move back in onto Pakaz, trying for the Dragon Knight, but Pakaz is manning up. They do take him down, though, eventually. Secret, they can keep going. They'll try out the Slardom, the Leshrac. No, the Black Hole! Sacred once again locks down Crystallis. Still the fight continues. Thea Lacour, he will drop. Crystallis is still trying. The MK, no, he is going down. It is over. It is over. GG is called. Team Secret, they were close to maybe having a high ground defense, but not quite close enough. Sacred made it impossible.
Now that clutch refresh timing on Sacred just ruined everything for Secret. They managed to isolate Pakaz, but it's different ways here for Boom in terms of tempo.
See how it does go down. Game number 2. Obviously, again, you and I, we love game 3s, Jonathan. We'll see if Secret can force us to a game 3 and give us exactly what we'd love to see. The Boom Esports not interested in that whatsoever, of course. Smoke's broken already. Corden should have maybe a general idea that the ward was placed on his high ground. Then again, though, Slardom was on the other side, and it seems as though Thea Lacour believes the ward is indeed on the left side of that mid lane. Shall see if they drop any sentries here. Meanwhile, Pakaz and Boom going to run into each other there for a second. Neither one interested in the fight.
Taking it slow. I'd say level 1 of Team Secret is pretty strong. They can kind of collapse onto one hero. They are a little bit scattered out. You do want Boom in that equation if you are going to force something out here. You're not quite close enough to try to find something. Maybe Pakaz gets a little bit greedy and tries to Shukuchi out an extra rune, but Boom's already setting up to take away another rune as well, so should equalize in the end.
That's going to show himself at the top spot. Doesn't seem like Secret are going to intend on fighting at all. And in fact, Well, because he does try to take one away from Boom, but it is going to be a nice 3-1 trade the way of Secret, so already a nice little net worth advantage their way going into the laning stage. Of course, we can start with the mid lane, where you are going to see Corden up against Slardon in that mid lane. Do you give the advantage one way or the other here, John?
I would say this one kind of goes the way of Corden once levels are up. It's not as easy for Slardon to clear out Refraction once levels are up here for Corden. And again, you can kind of line up your side blades. The first 2 levels will feel a little bit better for the Zeus overall, though. So you should try to maximize on that for Slardon, slow down Corden as much as possible. Rune control is maybe a little bit more of a bigger aspect for Slardon to keep that harassment up as well. But yeah, once Corden has level 2 Refraction, I'd say the TA can kind of hold its own in this matchup and start to dip into the jungle. Camp was not blocked. We don't see that too often, very, very rarely, and mostly against the Cockle, so Corden does have some backup form as well. Again, Sideblades does a lot of work. We've seen this matchup a couple of times, and TA does sail comfortably once level 3 is up.
Top lane, a fair bit of action here. You've seen Chrysalis and Poppy. They've been very aggressive on the Clock Razor, and we did kind of mention this in the draft, but Clockwork Razor lane is extremely strong, very challenging to go up against as the Enigma Tusk. You do have a bit of escape once you do have Snowball up, but you want to try and go shards into tag team and try to be aggressive yourself, so we'll see what Sacred and Knight do intend to do about it. But now Sacred is finding plenty of fun. He's not being too pressured by the tier 1 tower. But again, as the levels go up, especially level 3, is going to be the big timing, I think, for Puppy and Chrysalis to try and really get that aggression going.
Yeah, once they've got the value point up in the cogs and just the isolation onto any of these heroes, they can make short work happen. It's a little bit harder to get a full usage out of Battery Assault considering the Eidolons onto Sacred, but they can still isolate Knight. He doesn't manage to cut through with the shards, so 3 damage for Puppy here. They are trying to block the camp, and Knight does get that done. See if he can get away with a pull as well. Looks like he should be perfectly fine. Well, in position to get the pull back to soak some EXP, but not going to go that far. Overall, the laning start looks a little bit sharper again, just for Secret, just a little bit. They do get the spear back on Panda here down bot too.
Yeah, nice pickup. Panda is going to go down. Theolacore will be able to secure first blood on the Shadow Demon, and a very nice setup there from Boom and Theolacore. Just the easy spear back with the disruption setup. That's something you do have to be a little bit wary of. You can't really get caught out of position here against this kind of offlane duo.
You have to respect just that hold. There's a lot of output from Boom, of course. And again, easy setup with disruption. He'll, of course, copying a ton of damage. Does have disruption to save at the very least. So Pakaz is not going to be able to clean up. The farm for Pakaz is still going reasonably well. Not a runaway start for him by any means. So again, a lot more even in the laning start for both sides. But you do have some early spikes that Team Secret, again, can play around. I think the one thing that you have to watch for is really Pakaz's timing. Can he match that early timing we're looking for? Is he going to have like the Javelin a good time? Is that even the build he guns for? Is he going to go for Earn Spirit Vessel for early aggression? And there's a lot of possibilities here for Pakaz and the little pesky Cockroach Weaver.
Boom's having a very good time down in the bottom lane. 18-4 on CS, not contested whatsoever, so it's a really good start for the MOUZ game. Meanwhile, top lane, more aggression coming in as Puppy is dropping very, very low to the Eidolon damage. We'll be able to walk away thanks to the backup of Crystallis, but it does seem as though now the side of Boom Esports able to really start applying pressure with their own duo in the offlane.
Yeah, I mean, once you can get that isolation, the shards, along with Malefice, it is a lot of damage with the Eidolons on hand. Can't really disregard the right click of an Enigma. It is quite high. You do have a lot that you can get done there. Again, not as much action, just a lot of poking and prodding here in the laning phase. The mid lane, Slardon is still keeping up, but the harassment from Corden with the side blades is starting to ramp up. Rune control is a little bit stronger for Secret as well, with the emphasis on the wards. Only the one ward to watch from the side of Boom on that ramp. Again, the timings we're looking for into those early level 6s, into the initial boosts that we're looking for from Pakaz. Same thing kind of goes with Corden. Power Treads, Dragonlance, Blink timing is kind of what you're gunning for there. Maybe a quicker timing in Crystallis, depending. He is gunning for a Null and a Wraith Band for some early presence and spell spam. No opportunities for either supports to really head into mid as well, seeing how much poking there is on the side lanes.
Because he's taking a lot of Shadow Poison stacks. Oh my goodness. I didn't quite see how low he was, but I can tell you he was very low in HP.
Look like single digits almost. Or low double digits. Boom.
It's back. They've got Boom for a little bit, but you don't really have that much lockdown. Still, Boom did take a few tier 1 tower hits, so fair bit of damage being dealt Boom's way. Bakaz will go for the chase, but the God's Rebuke to knock him back. Bakaz, though, not giving up, should have the kill and dust. Nice pick up here from Boom Esports now. Stealer Core. He will be okay, but no, he won't. Bakaz is not done.
Oh,
he gives his own life away for it, but it's a double kill. It's a reset. I don't think it's bad at all.
No, it's an important set of kills for Bakaz to find. And he's got his power treads off the back of that. He can gun for a Falcon Blade if he feels the need to. And go back for the Javelin now. Start building up into that early timing with the damage you have with the Geminate attack. It's a lot of output to play with there. That does allow Corden to get a little bit of a bottle reset and set up for the power runes. They will find a shield rune for Corden. So a nice set of control coming out for Secret. Again, emphasizing on mid quite nicely. Zlatan is pretty low on mana. Would love to have that option for Thunder God's Wrath for some across the map presence, but not quite there. Even out game 2-2, 1k lead up for Secret. You are getting a pretty free ride for Bakaz, along with Sacred up top. That is lining up now for the Enigma. Crystallis isn't held back too badly, but the strong start for the Enigma into the drum boots, into maybe the Blink BKB, can start to get concerning again. A little bit of a repeat of those timings in game 1.
Bottom, rotation down towards the bottom lane. They want Boom another time. Boom already less than half HP. They've got the Glimpse available. They'll throw it out immediately. Boom surviving thanks to the disruption of Thea Lacour, buying him a little bit more time, but not enough time. But here comes Korn. He wants some revenge. Bakaz is still going though. He still wants to fight a little bit longer. They will try to leave now. Panda very low, so Corden will go for the chase onto the easier kill, but Corden's going to be careful. There's still 3 heroes around that could turn. And indeed, Corden will play cautiously, as meanwhile, Puppey does go down to Sacred while trying to take the Wisdom Rune away.
Yeah, nice pickups across the map here for Boom. Finding everything you could possibly ask for without expending too much. Some much-needed movement out from Zlatan, although Corden's not done with him.
I appreciate the aggression from Corden, but he just doesn't have the help to really have some lockdown.
No, it is just some good pressure coming out. Corden does still need to build up. He is rushing Blink this time over Dragonlance, so wants to take part in some early activity here for the team, which is understandable when you have a Razor and a Mars. There is a lot of early pressure you can get done. Speaking of that Mars, Boom again just constantly shoved away from that lane because getting a free time so far. Up top though,
Bit of action breaking out. Nobody quite dying yet, but there was a rotation forced from Thea Lacour. The Sacred top of the net worth board has had another very good start to his game. Not something you like to see if you're a Team Secret fan. Allowing Sacred to go for the early drums of endurance as well. Team Secret, they're just going to continue sitting back, continue buying Corden the space he needs on the TA to start to escalate. Of course, Corden is going for the Blink Rush as well on the TA, so understands he needs to get involved a little bit earlier. But I think Boom Esports are getting away with quite a bit on their own side of things. You kind of get a little bit more afraid of Boom Esports with their draft if you do find this much fun.
yeah, you've got the drums up for Sacred. He can get some steady push going for his team. Black Hole is still pocketed as a threat. They'll go on to Crystallis.
Sure will, top lane. Crystallis, nowhere to go now with the shots. Lock him down. He is gone. Nice, easy pick up here from Boom Esports, and they can certainly start to think about that top T1 tower.
They've got the damage for it. Zlatan getting a nice freebie for himself. They will find... they don't find
They don't get the spear off. The wall come down too early. Bakaz, he's going for a run. They do not have the lockdown for him. Unfortunate.
And that's something they really needed to compensate for that death up top. And instead, Boom, you get to run away with murder. And this is the key timing we were talking about. For Bakaz, just the Javelin up with power treads and a bracer. Hits pretty hard, has some good presence, has the time lapse still ready. Didn't have to pop it in that last engage. And they'll just clear out top with the drums up on Sacred. Everything lining up for Boom so far. 5-2, 1k up. Secret still need more time to cook. I mean, again, Corden is inching towards that Blink, 1,000 gold away. Crystallis still needs way more time, still needs a power treads up for considering something like the Manta that we tend to see, maybe the SNY in this game. And yeah, you kind of have to stall for a Razor, which doesn't feel great though. Find Knight.
Gordon's going to happily take the Haste Rune. Doesn't really seem to care about going after the Tusk right now. There are TPs incoming as well from Slardom, just in case. And Gordon, he's just going to take the stacks away. Why not? Puppey will just block them off and protect through that staircase. Gordon's still perfectly fine with a Haste Rune, ready to go whenever. He will pop it. They'll leave Puppey to die. But it's well worth it. Give up your support. Take the stacks away. Gordon's very happy with that.
Again, he needs that flash form. Brings him closer to that blink, closer to that timing where he might have something to play with. Boom as well, though, still waiting for his own blink up. And that's still further away considering how slow that lane was. It might not be enough to just have this TA blink timing on time. Boom for their part, Boom Esports for their part. And getting a lot of free space out for Sacred, free farming top. Blink for him, going at a very good pace as well into a BKB with a shard queued up on top of it. I mean, your timings are all kind of lining up 6-2. Not a massive lead by any means for Boom Esports at 1K. But with that tower advantage, it does feel good. They can start to consider the mid push as well. And Pakaz, Maelstrom almost up, still left uncontested bot. I mean, they have tried to apply pressure, but if you can't land that chain stun, this Weaver is just a little bit too slippery right now.
It absolutely is. Bakaz is having the easiest game of his life, and the crowd is going wild behind us as well. Big fans of Boom Esports apparently here. Nice little spear from Boom. Not going to amount to too much though. They will smoke up. Boom and Theolacore. Into the mid lane they'll go. If you can set up a decent fight, you can think about that mid T1 tower and really start to open up the map. They'll bring Corden along, of course. Corden, I believe, has his Blink Dagger on the courier, and it does. Slardom, he'll be the big target. Boom, trying to close the gap. Slardom, he'll pounce away. Arena will still catch him though. Hook shot from Puppey, not going to be enough to save the life of the Zeus. They will chase for a little bit more. Meanwhile, Black Hole has been committed. Who will they actually call with that? It's going to be Crystallis once again going down. Puppey, he'll get the chorus punch out. Corden, he'll chase down Sacred. Sacred still alive. The uphill miss, making it hard for Corden, but they'll find the Enigma. Onto Knight they go. The snowball is there from Knight, but it is not looking too good for him as Panda will also drop. And now Team Secret, a fantastic team fight for them. Knight still trying to buy a bit of time for himself, but it is not looking good. He'll be slowed up and he is down.
Yeah, they do manage to find the kills in exchange. And it is a 1-for-4. Sure, you kill off Crystallis, you get a 2k swing going your way on the side of Team Secret. I'm a little bit surprised again that Pakaz is just opting to farm. Normally we see a lot of more aggressive Weaver players join in at the point when you have Maelstrom. If they have his damage on hand, it feels like it's much more manageable to try to burst down Secret. Still setting up mid. They still have Static Storm here. Not quite quick enough to try to burn down Corden.
Puppey, he's going to find a very big target. They've caught Sacred. Sacred, all he can do is drop the Midnight Pulse and hope for the best, but his team was not quite close enough to help him out. Now Sacred really starting to fall in the net worth department. Team Secret showing their prowess here around the mid-game right after that laning stage. They are doing extremely well.
That they are. Again, the side of Boom basically playing 4v5. Pakaz still wanting to get that Dragon Lance up, get some more stats up before feeling the confidence to help his team out. Do have a few more items necessary here for Sacred. And he's got the blink up. He's going for Shard BKB. That should allow some easier black holes, but it doesn't feel like that's the issue. It's just a follow-through. You're not catching Secret out in the ideal position, and respawns are still fairly short, so they can make use of that downtime here from Boom. Secret pushing in down bot, no contest from the side of Boom Esports. Tier 1 tower will just go. Crystallis is going for a fast BKB into the Manta style, so looking to just be able to stand his ground, get some damage going. They will smoke off the back of that, made obvious by Crystallis instantly breaking the creep wave.
Smoke is broken, Boom jumps in, misses out for now. Hookshot is out, they have caught Knight with that one. Meanwhile, Boom drops the arena, but it's not looking too great for the side of Boom Esports, or is it Boom on the MOUZ, still alive, still trying to survive through this one. Will actually walk out for now. They can't deal with the MOUZ, but Crystallis is down on the Razor. They took the bigger target. Theolacore will drop to boot. Now Corden's been left behind. Oh boy. It was a very awkward fight, but now there's just maybe a bit of miscommunication there. It seemed like Chrysalis wanted to go and the rest of the team wanted to run.
Yeah, that cost them massively. It swings all the way back to Boom. We finally see that activity we expect from Prakaz. He does so much damage in the middle of that team fight. Again, it's this early time of the Weaver that was lacking in these engagements for Boom. Prakaz finally able to connect and leverages this early advantage he has. Secret, and they have to be cautious. That's Boom taking the fight without Black Hole either. They've got it ready now, so even if you want to force this out in Secret for the defense, you have to respect this blink timing on Sacred here.
They are waiting very patiently. They'll be happy with just the T1 tower. Happy days once again for Boom Esports. Head back up towards the top side. I mean, Boom is going to show up there on the MOUZ, so they could think about trying to pick off the MOUZ if they really wish, but it's only Sacred and Panda, so not really worth the trouble. But they're more than happy to sit back and allow Pakaz time to just continue that farm on the Weaver. And it's a big problem for the side of Secret as well, because Corden's fallen quite behind in net worth, now sitting at 4th. You were reliant on Corden having a decent game to set a tempo for your team. Obviously, you can't really rely on Crystallis either, because his net worth has been suffering quite a bit after the laning stage as well. And it does start to feel like it's going to be quite a slow process back into this game number 2.
And it is. And the shard timing for Corden is still a massive spike. That silence can ruin Boom if they're not too careful, but they're playing with confidence, going for the smoke out. See if they manage to catch this big kill in Corden.
And give it a crack, and they've got him. Corden and the black hole. No messing around. It's well worth it if they can get the T8. And of course, they do have the dust ready. Corden is down. Secret, all they could do is watch. Nothing they could have done about that.
Yeah, just the one and done. At the very least, Boom aren't finding any more. Sacrificing a long cooldown for that, although they're close by. They do back off. They do play it safe on the side of Team Secret. I mean, you're so close to the BKB for Crystallis, you might as well wait it out. Side of Boom, and taking control, 2K lead going back their way. With the blink up on Knight, just, again, relieves some of the pressure for Sacred to jump in. Allows some setup for Panda if they need to get that glimpse back. It just makes the game a lot easier to play right now. Oh my god.
Yeah, they try to jump Pakaz, but Pakaz ends up jumping them. Chrysalis and Boom, they are going to show up, but time-lapse, right outside the arena. Pakaz, though, he's trapped in the cogs now, but no! Hook shot, Puppy, he's trying to salvage Pakaz! Oh, he'll go down. Oh, these interactions, Jonathan. Sometimes you just never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, that is funky. I thought it would spear onto the cog and pushed him out. That's, I guess it's a beta game. You know, it's not a hittable surface. It is what it is. It still lines up. Secret still finds the punishment. Slowing down for cause. Getting some good usage out of it. Listen, goal.
They're on to the race up. Sacred's here to back them up. No black hole necessary for this one, I don't think. Chrysalis is looking dead. Oh, boy. Puppy. Yeah, Puppy. I mean, he's not going to be too happy with what he just saw. He'll go for a bit of a run. Knight right behind him. That'll be a secondary kill. Couldn't have really gone much worse, I don't think, for Team Secret that time around.
The BKB pop. That was the 9-second charge. It's such an important tool for the Razor to hold his ground, maximize static link. Gone just like that. And we still have 8 seconds. You know, it's not too bad losing a second off, but it's still not the best feeling in the world here for the side of Team Secret. Boom. I mean, they just lost Pakaz in a support, and then Secret loses. Huh?
I mean, Knight found himself a Mars. He just jumps right in with no hesitation, and Knight's actually kind of winning the fight. Sacred will intervene. Boom losing over half his HP, but they will finally allow him to leave. Just kind of messing around. Few pot shots.
Yeah, it's the threat. It's the message being sent by Boom. They're more than willing to keep this pacing up. Gonna have some good timings lining up for themselves as well. They've got the shard already up in Slotham. The Manta recipe not too far off, 700 gold left. Gleipnir timing lined up here for Pakaz as well for some more hold. And again, the BKB for Sacred not too far off considering the circumstances. Still about around 700 gold. No, actually around 1,800 gold away. But once you hit those timings, again, it puts a lot of pressure on Secret. Puppy has to kind of consider when to use the hook shot, when the Enigma has the BKB. You still need to work your angles here on Team Secret. You You do have amp damage rune up on Corden with a shard. The silence can do some work. Desolator's still a ways off, but they could use this to their advantage here.
I think it'll be a smoke on smoke because showing himself on the map, baiting them forward. Nobody's taken the bait quite yet because we'll see an invis rune. He won't take it. Boom. He'll jump in with the Yule Scepter and the arena because he does get speed up another black hole. Sacred, it will get cancelled by the disruption of Theolacour. Still, it seems as though Secret are the ones trying to back off, but BetBoom Esports, they are dropping rather low now. They will lose Knight. Theolacour to go down. Sacred and Corden, though, they are both down a bird. Puppey, he'll be left behind on the clockwork. It's still going to be a 2-for-3 trade in the favor of BetBoom Esports. Once Corden dies, there's just nothing left.
No, he's the win condition right now. He's the damage dealer for the team. Crystallis cannot take that position just yet. And Razor can reach that point, but we're talking about something like the refresh timing. Again, just get that double static link, hold his ground, double BKB. And we're a long ways off from that theoretical. It looked like a decent start, isolating off Pakaz, but the coverage was there from Boom. A great static storm to just protect into even just a very small black hole to buy that time for them to clean up. And no one was there on top of Slatum. Like, this Zeus was just on the high ground, flinging away, had the perfect time to just leverage all of his spells, all of his damage. They were just so hyper fixated on Pakaz. Like, yes, they cancel off the black hole, but against Slatum is just free on the side to just do all of that damage and just no one to stop him.
Very tough team fight. Secret very close to winning that one out, but just not quite. Like, he's really got to try and keep Corden alive. We'll have his Deso up soon. Definitely looking towards the BKB, I'm sure, here is the TA. You have the Gleipnir now up on Pakaz, which makes things very, very hard. Just that lockdown. So challenging to deal with. Crystal is going for the Mad Stall into the shards. We'll have that up relatively soon. BKB being built up on the MOUZ to boot. But a 3k advantage for BetBoom Esports. Win probability sitting at 76% their way at the moment. Team Secret, though, no way out of this game yet. But it is a lot of time to be born.
Yeah, again, Deso timing for Corden has to come in. The scaling for Crystallis has to come out as well. The Mantis a start. The Shard helps with a chase on the static link. But really, we're looking for some, like, BKB, maybe a little bit more durability as well for Crystallis down the line, which is, again, still a ways off. You have some good spikes for your supports, if that can line up here. Like Puppey with an Ags down the line. He has the Philostone. You can slowly soak that up. Blink for Theolacour to, again, help with the saves and setups. Can kind of get work done. Let's see. Boom, holding that strong position. They've got the high-end gameplay, Mike, of the Manta Illusions plus the Shard of Zeus. So, good times ahead here for Slatum.
I appreciate it.
So high skill.
So, you don't get much more high skill than this, John. Top late. Boom's on the MOUZ, making his move in. Pakaz is going to show himself on the Weaver to boot and just force him away. There's no free objectives to be had here for Team Secret, that's for sure. But I think Secret probably just very happy with the bit of space they have at the moment. So Corden, now having the Desolator up, happy days for him. I still think he well and truly needs a BKB before he really gets going. But if you can find a couple of kickoffs, maybe, you know, it could be a bit of a different story.
There's some pressure to maybe find a pickoff into that Roshan. You do need to get that ramping up on that TA. This is the key timing with that Deso up. Waiting for the BKB just allows more time and space for Boom to hit their own timings. They're smoked up, they've got Black Hole ready, they've got the fresh BKB on Sacred to play with.
And they've got a glimpse on Boom in the mid lane. Seems like they'll jump Knight instead of another Black Hole. Crystallis and Puppey have been caught out. Disruption will buy a bit of time for the Razor. Crystallis will get the BKB off. He'll try to fight back. They do take down two of them. Sacred and Knight are both gone. Slatum and Pounder in the meantime trying to get out. Boom on the MOUZ. He will die to Pakaz as they continue the chase now onto Corden. He'll get glimpsed back on the TA. Not looking good. No help around. Theolacour will try, but he's got nothing to throw out. Team Secret. It's another 2-for-3 trade in the favor of BetBoom Esports. And they are still looking for a little bit more. But they will lack any vision. So that'll be about it for the team fight. but it's still a great fight for BetBoom Esports.
And it is really great black hole usage coming out there from Sacred. Again, with the blink up, TL Core can take some great angles for the save. It's just with the BKB on the Enigma, you don't have a cancel. You can save one, you're still going to lose one more in that black hole. There's only so much you can do to try to stop that. Boom. Getting good reads out in this game. They've got some more protection out for Pakaz. It does look like his BKB is flying out now. So it's going to be harder to pin down this Weaver with the Yule setup that we've seen before, or even just the disruption setups. At the least, there's no black hole to worry about here for Team Secret, so they wanted to play. This is their time. It is fortunate timing to into Roshan. They are securing that area. Just need Corden to kind of show up here.
Group up at the top lane. Here comes Pakaz. Gucci's up towards the creep wave. Secret thinking about it, but BetBoom Esports are right behind their carry. Boom is in. He'll try for Panda. In fact, he found Slardom as well with the Static Storm. It's going to lock him down in a very awkward position. Chrysalis will take the front lines. In goes Puppy with a hook shot. They'll try for the Zeus. Slardom, though, still surviving. Meanwhile, Corrin, he's trying to go onto the Enigma. Sacred, though, he'll just turn right around on the TA. Chrysalis has gone a boot. Puppy's really the only one left. And they've got him. Even a buyback committed by Theo Lacour, but he had no TP anyway. No way to get back into the team fight. And Boom now, they'll have a free wave into the Roshan pit. No contest from Team Secret.
And it's such a massive loss for Team Secret. I like the confidence coming in, but they don't manage to get that instant lockdown off the arena. And a quick enough with a Static Storm to prevent that Sphere to lock anyone in that initial jump in. And the side of Boom, they're the ones to take up Roshan. Secret needed to win that fight. This is, again, this timing for Corden with that Desolator. It's just not giving them as much as they want. They are finding some kills in exchange, but they don't get the objectives. They don't get the cleanup. 2 lives up on Pakaz, going for his own Hurricane Pike for defense and range. 9k lead for the side of Boom. Slatham #1 in net worth, going straight for the Witchblade into his own Force Staff. And again, just that quick Static Storm, that division of the fight. Secret, just a little bit too scattered. The jump forward from Boom was nice, but the follow-up was damn quick from Panda.
With the cars here, at least Poppy does, but I don't think he can actually jump the cars at the moment. I mean, they might give it a crack. He's underneath the sentry ward for Pakaz, who actually go for the fight against 3. They'll spear him up. They miss the hook shot, though. Pakaz, he will lose the Aegis. Team Secret, if they can get away, they'll be very happy. And it seems that they will. So Aegis is denied here on Pakaz. Like, did the hook shot hit? It doesn't really matter.
Corden?
Corden. Case is on. Slardom. To find the TA. Oh, and the Malefice. Corden.
Oh, no.
I mean, that's a big kill. That is a very big kill.
That's not the way you want that to go. I mean, you take away Aegis, you still lose your TA. Smoke opportunity out for Boom. They've got Black Hole ready. They've got an Amplified Damage Rune as well. They've got everything you could ask for. Just need to find the targets here on Boom. No forward vision. It is a little bit of a dark map. Might be able to run into something anyway.
Hooked up, but BetBoom Esports understanding how potent they are at the moment. Got a BKB up on your MOUZ now at the very least, so a little bit more utility available here for side of Secret. Disruption will buy Theo a little bit of time, and he will be able to blink out just fine. From Secret, I mean, they'll be happy with the space being bought here for their cores. Again, I mean, they're 10k behind. All 3 cores are just below the other 3 cores of BetBoom Esports. It just feels like you need a big team fight win here for Team Secret. That we just have not seen it yet.
No, it needs to line up perfectly. There's just so much pressure on Boom. Like, it has to be a spear up onto the arena. And that's only one piece of control. Everyone else from Boom is still going to be free to do what they want. It's just much stronger AoE control coming out from Boom overall. Unless Puppy can get a really good cogs to split up these fights and get a decent usage on hookshot to either instantly burst someone down or save it for the black hole. Like, these are their only options right now on Team Secret. The side of Boom, 10k up. Managed to take that mid-tier 2. Pakaz does have his full Hurricane Pike up to get out of the cogs when he is caught out next time. Secret. They still need this BKB and Corden. You've been talking about it for a while, but it's a necessity now. I get why Secret was forced to make these plays without the BKB. None of them panned out. The 2 fights they took just not lining up. Mass TPs from Boom now as well. What if they could run into Corden if not careful.
Corden's actually the one hiding. Knight's the one that's going to run towards the north, having a look around, see if he can find somebody. Boom controlling most of the map right now. Team Secret still kind of just stuck in their own dire jungle at the moment. Corden will farm the southern area of the map, of course. BetBoom Esports starting to move up once again. Still not seeing the opportunity for the fight they would like. Hoping somebody will farm that mid wave, but it's really just Thea LaCour spamming Shadow Poison. Corden's still farming that southern side, but has not been spotted. It seems like BetBoom Esports, they're just going to settle for the bottom tier 2 tower.
Yep. Nothing wrong with that. No real pressure here on Boom to play any faster. Again, they scale up quite nicely. They've got this Octarine that Sacred's still slowly farming up for anyway. They've got some good timings to wait out for. Just about 200 gold away for Sacred, 150 for him to fully find the Octarine. More uptime for the Black Hole. More threats for Boom to have to for Secret to have to consider here. Boom, in a very comfy spot. Hurricane Pike for Slatum almost done. Has his own BKB as well. Getting the blink up on Panda on top of all of this. And props to Secret, they are farming where they can quite effectively. Corden is still getting some room down bot. Traps are there to protect him in this farming pattern at the least. But they need to make something happen by that next rush. 3 minutes until that respawn timer is back up. If Boom get access to it again, well, that's just going to be your high ground. They're going to be able to run it down after a tier 2 top. Smoke out from Boom, though. Not going to wait that long.
No, they are not. They've got the Octarine core up on Sacred now as well, so things just get harder and harder as BetBoom Esports looking for another big fight. They'll run east. Scan is going to be up from Team Secret, though, so a very nice scan through the smoke of BetBoom Esports. MOUZ, though, trapped on the southern side of the map, is going to... Oh, he gets caught out. The Thunder God's Wrath. It'll give the vision. Even though they get the scan off, they are unable to keep everyone alive. Sadly, the TP was on cooldown for Boom, so he could not TP his way back to the base.
All things considered, not the biggest kill as well for the side of BetBoom Esports. So you're happy kind of just sacrificing the bars, getting that space out for Crystallis and Corden.
Corden's down. I thought that was an illusion for a second. I'm like, there's no way Corden's farming there.
At the least, he didn't pop his fresh BKB. So, okay. So some silver linings there, I consider.
That job.
And, you know, all of these fights are taking place before Roche respawns. So you'll have your full force back up for Roshan. You won't have your full force up for the tier 2 defense, which Boom is just going to take freely. So that will give them entire map access now. And a much easier time to go into that Roshan themselves. Going for the Daedalus next. On Pakaz, just loading up on that damage. Ags for Knight is the another massive nuisance that they're going to have to try to deal with here on Team Secret. And just trying to think of pathways back. Satanic being farmed up by Crystallis into refresh. And it's that Satanic refresh timer that the Razor starts to feel like a madman. So there is at least that, I suppose. Boom. I don't know if they really fully care, though. Feels like you can kind of isolate this Razor. And again, you always have Black Hole. That just kind of trumps everything if Sacred finds an angle in.
Dire are scanning.
Yeah, LaCour benching the butt cheeks at the moment as Pakaz having a hunt around, actually avoids the scan. Just barely with the blink down towards the south and TP's out. And meanwhile, Panda will drop. Nice little pick up from Boom on the MOUZ. You pretty much need any kill you can get right now if you're Team Secret, and I appreciate the item build up of Boom, by the way. You know, Satanic straight into Divine, that's literally the way to play. There's no other way.
And it is. You know, I miss the times when, before the Revenant's Brooch was nerfed, it would be a Revenant's Brooch Divine, but now you can't crit off the back back a bit.
Jump in. Picaz gets caught by disruption. Could this be the team fight Secret have been waiting for? Picaz has popped the BKB. He's fine for now. Meanwhile, Theo McCall still alive to Sacred. Jumps in for the black hole, but it's cancelled off immediately by Puppey. They won't allow it. Picaz is down. Picaz is down. Sacred will follow. Oh, Team Secret, they found the angle finally. Slardam's been left behind. He's all by himself. He might find Puppey, but who the hell cares? Slardam will drop eventually. Oh my goodness. I thought it was impossible this game, but Secret find a way.
I don't understand what the thought process there from Boom Esports was. They were streaming in one by one. They were gunning for this big angle from Sacred, but we were talking about this for such a long time. Hookshot is the answer for that BKB black hole, and Puppey had a clear shot. Cause as well. And he was static linked for so long, he did not opt to try to Shukuchi around, to try to create some distance to cut off that link. So he had no damage. He had no output.
Well, what happened to Picaz? How about Picaz die so quickly?
I mean, he was just isolated in the middle of that fight, and then he got static linked. He held his position waiting for Sacred. He had literally no damage. Like, there he is, playing tag, gets disrupted, gets isolated away, and then gets static linked with the BKB and just holds his ground there waiting for Sacred. So he had no damage on the right clicks, had time-lapse back, still in the static link range. It was messy from Boom. Very confident, but very messy. Secret equalized the game off the back of that.
Oh boy.
And it's a risk. At least Roshan is up, but Secret are set up for it, and they've got the damage with Corden with a double meld here.
Well, we have a game on our hands, Jonathan. We have a game. Roshan being taken down. Sacred has black hole in 15 seconds. Will he have enough time to have enough cooldown? I believe the answer is no. Roshan is going a little bit too fast. They can still hope to fight after Roshan. Puppey, he'll block the way, so Boom Esports can't really get too close to Roshan pit anyway. And it's all too late. Corden will pick up the Aegis. And suddenly Team Secret almost feel like they're in the lead here in this game number 2. Almost. I wouldn't say quite yet, but we're very, very close.
They are. We need a good angle here from Boom.
Our Arena is down. Boom. He's gone in by himself for now. He'll eat the cheese. Knight will jump in. They will try. Meanwhile, Slardam is very far forward. Puppey looking for a way in. Boom. He'll run out his BKB. Meanwhile, a black hole. Sacred. He found the Puppey. He'll cancel it again. Sacred in the middle of nowhere. The snowball will save for now, but for how long? Not long enough. He is gone. Theo McCall will follow. So will Boom on the MOUZ, but Slardam's been chased down by Corden. He's got no way out, but in fact, Picaz will pick on the team by Picaz. Is this the play? He's going for it after the Chrysalis Razor. He's been sapped away with the damage, though. Chrysalis is just manning up. The Weaver needs to get the hell out of there. He'll run, but the chase is on. They've got the vision. Oh, and the hook shot. Oh, Puppey. I'm saying it right now. Puppey is the MVP. Puppey is the MVP. This clockwork has done everything to carry this team.
And he has. Sacred again taking a position without anyone around him for the black hole. They can't afford to do that. A lot of it hinges on this combination of black hole, static storm. And he's just in the middle. Such a clear shot for Puppey. Great positioning out from him. An excellent fight coming out for Secret. 4K gold swing their way. 5K advantage coming out for Secret off the back of it. 32 to 24. They can start to clear out some of these outer towers. The Aegis does disappear at the very least. You don't have to worry about any secondary lives. But Secret are back in play. And they managed to Boom buys so much time cutting off Slacken, and then this backline fight happens, but no one's there to protect Secret. He doesn't have Eidolons around him to even try to body block. And it's just such a mess afterwards. Oh my goodness.
Puppey, he was so patient. He thought about the hookshot to save Boom on the MOUZ, but he holds off instead, understanding how important it was to make sure Sacred could not do what he wants to do. And now, suddenly Team Secret looking to go high ground. Sacred, he's popped his BKB to try to run, but he's way too far forward. He'll get out now. The arena down from Boom, but the hookshot. Puppey's not allowing Sacred to get out. Sacred is down. Puppey. Glimpse him back. Take him out at least. My goodness, Team Secret. They need to get the hell out of it. Boom gets caught behind. He'll have to go down, I do believe. Boom, though, disruption will buy a little bit of time, but Secret are running. Boom actually... Oh, Boom's still going. Knight Trying to get the vision, they'll get the glimpse back. It's all right, they'll get another. A 2-for-1 trade in the favor of BetBoom Esports. But Sacred, I mean, there's some mind games going on here. Sacred's got to be pretty upset.
Sacred's not going to be feeling good about any of these fights. All his black holes canceled off by this one support Clockwork. He needs to... I think the play is hold Demonic Summoning, just have the Eidolons around you. There's no Ags just yet on Puppey, so the AoE stun is not quite there. A lot of money for Panda to find.
Ching ching.
That's actually substantial. That's enough for halfway through the Ags for our Disruptor, so I'm going to be feeling pretty happy about finding that. Such a close match, such great plays from Secret, and boom! It feels like they're playing a little bit sloppy, just a little bit. You know, just giving these openings for Team Secret to capitalize on. What I do appreciate, though, is Slatum's build. Full-on Parasma up, Moonshard up. He is the right click to follow through if Pakaz gets caught out. So now, even if you static link 1, you're going to have to static link 2 to really stop this Zeus from doubling down the damage. The output is actually ridiculous on Slatum at the moment.
Yeah, it certainly is. The problem is he's having a bit of trouble surviving these engagements, but certainly if he can just stand there and get the hits off, it is going to be a very painful experience. And speaking of damage, an app damage written out for Chrysalis to be picked up. Can they make something of it? I wonder. This Puppey is smoked up, but it's just his own ninja gear. He has not popped the smoke. And BetBoom Esports suddenly on the kind of backburn. They're just sitting back for a little bit, just resetting. That win probability right now, John, 51% to 49%. BetBoom Esports apparently has a very, very slight 1% edge.
Yeah, it's equalized. This is when it gets scary. And you've got refresh for Crystallis. We were talking about this timing. Double BKB, double static link, double satanic. You've got the static link steals attack speed as well. Such a massive talent spike here for him at 25.
Smoke. Well, they're coming. Nobody sneeze, nobody breathe too loudly. This could be a very scary initiation for either side. Puppey, he'll break the smoke on Pakaz, but blinks out immediately. Thunder God's Wrath will give the vision. Still, the side of Secret, they're looking to wrap around. Puppey's actually out of there. Who gets caught? Pakaz? Pakaz, he's all right. They won't jump the Weaver first. BetBoom Esports, at the very least, still looking around for a target, not seeing what they want. In goes Boom now on the MOUZ, breaks the Lincolns of Pakaz, but that's going to be about it. BetBoom Esports still wrapping around through the dire triangle, still looking for an angle onto the Clockwork, but Puppey is well and truly out of there. Meanwhile, Team Secret still in the Radiant jungle, not seeing the opening they wanted. They will leave the area for now. They will continue farming on the high ground, hoping BetBoom Esports comes to them, and Slatum and Knight are thinking about going west. And they will. They will be underneath the vision of Team Secret now, so Team Secret have this information of this movement. Like Secret, they're running towards the Radiant Triangle instead, repositioning. And it seems as though the 5v5 will not happen yet.
So much on the line for this next fight. Roshan still a ways off from the respawn, but anyone that wins here has the opportunity for high ground. It's much more favorable for Secret, as all the creep waves are shoved in their favor outside of bot. We'll be able to at least steal away a Tormentor as well for their efforts here on Secret's end. Puppey now having the jetpack as well to be even more of a nuisance in the middle of these engagements. I love this build from Puppey. Has the blink, just wants to be able to find a position to break that black hole. It's just so difficult now for Sacred. And it just feels like you rely so much on this Enigma to allow you to play the game. Let's see what the solution is from Boom. 4K lead coming out for Secret. Most of that is due to the fact that Sacred is somewhat dropping off in terms of net worth. He's trying to go for the refresh next on the Enigma. You still have a lot more on Slatum at the least. Going for his own site of Vice. So a little bit more control can come in. They're trying to rat down bot, but Secret could look for a long wraparound here.
They're going to give it a crack once again. Secret, they want that team fight their way. 61% is what Dota Plus thinks for Team Secret. The wraparound through the bottom lane. BetBoom Esports, they'll hold the dire triangle for now. Crystallis, he'll be on the front lines. Boom on the Mars, wanting to jump in. They'll get a bit of information with the Thunder God's Wrath. They'll know exactly where Team Secret are. Team Secret, do you still want to jump? It's a risky attempt because he'll go for the Gladney. They've got the kickback. Caught in the middle of nowhere. He'll pop the BKB. He'll try to go for the most strikes into the Enigma Sacred. He's still finding out the black hole. And the hook shot. It was cancelled by Knight. It was blocked off. He took the bullet for Sacred. He took the bullet. Get down, Mr. President. Crystallis still trying to fight this one out. A great snowball will save for now, but not for long. Not for long, Sacred. They still put him in the shredder. BetBoom Esports have got 4 down for the price of nothing. It was just a cordon buyback.
It's a big opening for Secret. Unfortunately, Roshan is still a bit longer off. They're starting to find some solutions on Boom, but that still felt like a really forced fight. Opening with a Gleipnir, great kick back, but it's just an isolated play. They couldn't get that big black hole they're really looking for from Sacred to clean up. You don't have anything like the Ags here from our Disruptor this time to hold him back. Forced to buy back on Slatin to hold off in this high ground push. Gonna be tough without that black hole threat, but those Zeus solutions do hit hard. They know they force out the refresh on Crystallis as well. That's one more tool down for Secret. Although...
Oh, he got him mid 4-star because he'll get the Yules. He'll be okay. In fact, it was the Wind Waker out to save him for now. Gordon, he'll go up to that T3 tower, but they are not risking it. They will back off and wait for another day. Roshan is up in 1 minute 15 seconds. That's going to be the next big objective.
Force out 2 buybacks there. Secret are applying so much pressure onto Boom. That means no refresh for Enigma, forced to use up those gold reserves. No double black hole, no double BKB. Roshan gonna end up spawning on their end as well for Secret up north on the Dire side. Just so much pressure now. The high ground defense of Boom can line up nicely if they play their cards right. So it doesn't feel like losing the Aegis is going to be as big of a deal. It'll cover Cordon's buyback quite nicely. They would love to have that to cover Slatin's buyback as well. They will scout. They know they're setting up. It's just so hard to force these fights outside. Like they've failed in the Roche fight already previously. Secret looking to sneak around. Could catch someone off guard, but some good forward vision from Boom at least. Right around the Tormentor area. We'll provide some coverage for them here, but no movements towards the pit. That's a freebie for Secret now.
Roshan, 10 seconds away. Boom, I don't think we can really allow this to go for free. BetBoom Esports, I guess you kind of have no option, right? The fights just have not been working for them. Even that last one, like, it kind of looked okay, but it ends up pretty horribly for them as now Roshan has officially respawned and Boom on the MOUZ will go ahead and show his team the next objective for themselves. Aghanim Scepter upgrade is going to be available here for Team Secret off this Roshan. Meanwhile, BetBoom Esports, they will start pushing through the bottom and mid-wave, trying to apply pressure onto those T3 towers and force Secret back into the base. But they will not go back without the Roshan first. And Puppy, he'll be the one to take the Ags for himself, which I completely agree with.
Yeah, that increased stun radius and hookshot, that makes all the difference. Now, protecting Sacred is going to be a much bigger challenge. This black hole, it doesn't feel like you can rely on it any longer unless you catch this clockwork. And Puppy, his positioning has just been perfection in all of these fights. 35 to 29, 14k lead, Team Secret. Looking like they can drag this into Game 3. Just need to seal the deal. Boom. Still have this high ground threat. We're forced to buy back on 2. We're lacking quite a fair bit in terms of that backup. Just needs to be able to protect Sacred. They've got to find a way to put bodies between Puppy and this Enigma. Or not, if not, just find Puppy first, as they've been trying to. Just so difficult with how mobile Puppy is. Sight of Vice up on Slatin. More control. He has the damage with the Parasma and the Moon Shard. But it can only go so up on this Zeus. It's consistent. Not enough.
We've got a real game, number 2 on our hands here. BetBoom Esports versus Team Secret. 17k advantage now for Team Secret. And I don't even care what Dota Plus thinks anymore. This is such a close game. Just one team fight could turn everything here for either side. Team Secret still playing with an advantage with this Aegis cheese up. BetBoom Esports, they would hate to drop a game 2 like this, considering the lead they did have for most of the game.
Dire are scanning.
The Secret, the holdout, 49 minutes in, just a very, very slow push through the top lane. They're buying a lot of time here for the refresher orb to come out on the MOUZ to boot. That's going to be really problematic, I think. But Boom, because Boom has been... Well, Boom Esports, because Boom has been very good in jumping in. I heckin' love when the team name and the player name is the same.
Yeah. Would have been nice to have Boom Boom, but not quite there. Maybe in a different timeline that would have happened 2 years ago. Still,
I'm sure Gary's thinking about it.
don't know if they can afford that contract, unfortunately. Let's see here. I mean, the big tools for Boom on the high ground, I would say now, is more on Knight. It's down to this Waller's kick on the high ground defense. Kick someone back, isolate, get the pick off, take the 4v5. Bonus points if you manage to kick Puppy and chain stun him. Just so much to ask for here. Panda trying to go back for the Ags. Still a ways off from that. Just a slower game for the Disruptor this time around. Secret.
Oh, Theo.
Got the map.
Cool. He's in the smoke right now. We don't see him. Be cautiously moving forward. Here comes Team Secret from the east. Smoked up right by Crystallis, but Boom Esports being very patient. They'll head towards the west of the map.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
MOUZ moving forward again, looking for that angle. Here comes Puppy. Jetpack activated, looking for a target. They'll use the Thunder God's Wrath to give the info away on Team Secret. That will successfully... Oh, it won't allow everyone to get away. Panda has been caught. Corden will chase him down, and he's got him. Not the biggest kill. He does have buyback on the Disruptor, but it is a way to at least force something here from Boom Esports.
And it is. Opens up a little bit more. Takes away the threat of the Disruptor for now with its Static Storm. Does not want to commit that buyback. The Ags, again, it just feels so important to get more into these team fights. They might not have any choice as the high ground is starting to open up. The damage is there with Corden. They need to make something happen. There's a lot of pressure on Knight and Sacred. It's down to the kick and the black hole here.
It just needs to be on this clockwork. You just cannot allow the hook shots to come in. So they are holding. Again, Team Secret, a lot of hesitation to move high ground, and rightfully so. One bad team fight is all it takes for this game to go back the other way. It is really that simple. 52 minutes in almost. I'm not going to say it, Jonathan, because I'd like to see it.
That is true. I'd love to see it as well. I don't know what way you go, but
Has been killed.
would be interesting. Whatever happens in whatever time. Still, I like this from Knight. Going for Aether Lens just to have a little bit more leeway for the kick and the punch openers. I mean, I know, like, we're starting to reach max potential for both sides. Just really need that refresh on Sacred. Because wanting to fully buy out the AC did lose his courier down for 3.5.
Has been killed.
We'll lose Knight's courier as well, so the Aether Lens also cut off for 3 minutes. Actually, massive losses for the side of Boom not having this utility. Have the E-Blade up as well to save from Theo Licor. They can make it really tough for Boom to look for these kills. Like, even, again, Disruption's already huge with Blink. E-Blade to kind of hold off the physical output of Pakaz and to an extent slot him. You're finding everything here. In Secret, really strong bounce back in. Just need a high ground. Aegis did expire. They did eat cheese a while ago, but they have another. It is a patient wait for next Roshan now. See if Boom manages to get anything in that time period.
Oh, nice hook. Very nice hook from Puppy. Gonna find Panda. They'll go for the glimpse away for Panda to try and save, but Crystallis is gonna be there in the speed. Oh, hello, the Tormentor. Tormentor says no. But there's no buyback on the Disruptor. Sadly, Team Secret do not know that. They could check, but it seems like they will not.
Yeah, it's best to play it safe. It's not the highest priority target. And you are more worried about where this Tusk is, where this Enigma is at. But again, Puppy's made short work of that in the past few fights. Rather interested in Pakaz going for the AC instead of anything like, say, the Butterfly for more output, just wants more armor. Understandably, a lot of minus armor coming out from Corden. Wants to boost everyone's survivability here on the team. I suppose you don't really have any good AC carrier. Like, Enigma AC doesn't sound great, so it's down to Pakaz. Whether or not that makes enough of a difference, doesn't feel like it just yet. 54 minutes in, 23k lead for Secret. For Boom. And they even went back for a Midas on Sacred. And he knows.
Wow.
The assignment is just to farm into that refresh.
It is what it is. You got to do what you got to do here for Sacred. It might not look pretty, Jonathan, but this is high tier Dota right here for this Enigma. But don't do it in your pubs, ladies and gentlemen. Don't do this at home. These are professionals.
I would argue at this point as well, if Boom manages to get the Roche with Ags again on their end, like an Enigma Ags with refresh might actually help you secure this game. Like, it will cut off Puppey. It will help you just get Puppey into the black hole as well. The percent-based damage is always good. The issue is getting to that point, because even the refresh is still a ways off from Sacred. An Ags on top is an impossibility. You're hoping for Roshan, but you don't have Roche control. On the side of Boom, you also have to consider, again, the vision game from Secret. This is TA late game. This is the clockwork with Ags. Rocket Flare flying out, traps providing vision. It's very hard for Boom Esports to come outside and try to actually hunt anyone down. You're just kind of stuck inside your base. Secret has all the info, has all the map control. Roshan, a longer respawn at 2 minutes. Again, that is still dire side Roche, so Secret has the advantage and control in that area.
And literally everyone's got buyback on the map to boot. There are all 10 available at the moment here for Boom and Team Secret. Ag's halfway there for Panda now. He'll definitely need that. They are checking for Roshan here, Team Secret, but once again, it is still a minute 45 away. Boom Esports happy to get a little bit of space on the map here. Bakar's actually able to hit an Ancient Cap. We'll even get a Wisdom Rune for his trouble. Very nice.
Whoa.
Meanwhile, Crystallis. Butterfly now completed on the Razor. He's becoming even more of a problem. Just going to go ahead and farm up those boots. Travel number 2. Does not have any space for the boots, but would like them. Team Secret, I mean, again, just very patient. Roshan, not too far off. There's no need to rush. And I keep saying it, but one bad team fight switches this game entirely. You do not want to be that team to give that fight away to the others.
No. So much tension. So much on the line for these next few engagements. Both teams know it.
The MOUZ is down. He'll go into the Tusk here. Boom, he's made the jump in. He'll refresh with the spear, trying to blow him up. Puppey, he'll be there with the spear as well, and Knight will go down. Bakaz is going to be perfectly fine to just head down south and Sakuchi away. In fairness, that is your refresher orb on cooldown for Boom, so maybe another 2 minutes before they even think about going high ground for another team fight. But again, you are still waiting for Roshan anyway, which is about 30 seconds away now.
You just need to wait. You're in a good spot right now for Team Secret. They will take the gate across. They'll camp Roche. They've got the trap. Refresh on the Mars is pretty big, but
They had vision on the Enigma. The ward did see him. Sacred does luckily back his way out. Now Roshan 5 seconds away. Secret would love a fight before the Roshan, of course, but they will not get that fight. So they'll go through hands with Roshan.
they've got, again, all the room in the world to take this Roche. Again, I'd argue that the refresh on Mars isn't as important as the refresh on the Razor Crystallis. But the double link, double BKB, double Satanic usage is really the big issue in the middle, along with Corden and his output. Roshan not going to take too long. 3 Ags once more to give away. Are they going to hand this over to this time around? Heal the Core could be nice. Crystallis could be good for setting up the push. Cordon's is great to just kind of control all the lanes, of course.
Bottom. Panda. Puppey's going to see him with the smoke break. They'll see him now. Hook not being thrown out yet. He'll get it eventually, though. Nice and patient. They'll pick off Panda once again. Panda still with no buyback available for 90 seconds. And of course, Roshan has gone the way of Team Secret. Even an amp damage rune ready to go whenever for Corden if he does see it, but he does not.
Not quite yet. He does get the Ag's Blessing as well here for Corden. So he's got that psionic projection. He can just work his way across the map, continuously apply that pressure, continuously shut down Boom Esports from hoping to find any sort of opening in terms of just setting up these creep waves for themselves. They at least have the refresh up on Sacred. I don't know if you can even hope for a double black hole just because of Puppey. Maybe the best use you can hope for is buy back into another black hole in the second life, but in one life, it just feels impossible.
It is. Yeah, it does feel that way. The amp damage is still being ignored, by the way. Nobody sees it. Really unfortunate for Team Secret because they may think about going high ground off the back of that amp damage if they did have it. I think they might just be thinking about those tier 5 items now, 28 seconds away. Thing is, you do give the opportunity now for BetBoom Esports to get their own tier 5s, and of course they are going to smoke up and try to head out towards some camps to secure some. The Team Secret immediately into that Radiant Triangle will control that area of the map, take all the ancient camps that you can. BetBoom, because at the very least has ventured out for a second, will venture back in. There is going to be a Thunder God's Wrath to give a bit of information here to BetBoom Esports, but they will just head directly east, back towards the other side of the jungle. It's tier 5 item times.
They're farming up there. Someone blocked the ancient cap in the Radiant Triangle. They're not able to clear that out, but they should start to find some of those juicy tier 5s. Corden, and ancient. They get the Stygian Desolator up for Boom. Help with a push. Amp up that God's Rebuke. Help up the TA as well. What do we have here for Corden? Holding on. Something juicy. Horse Boots. Even harder to pin down that good old TA now. It's just trouble so far for Boom. Sacred, thinking about what he has on hand. I really wish we could see their choices.
Yeah.
Like, to this point.
One thing, next patch, John. I'm sure.
Maybe. Perhaps.
Whenever that is.
When the crown falls, Mike. Giant's Ring Weaver.
Wow.
Gigantic cockroach on our screen. Disgusting.
We're playing in Australia now. Very nice.
Oh, this is actually pretty big for our Enigma. A magic lamp, so a little bit of a hard reset. After the hook shot, straight into refresh BKB Black Hole is a possibility. I actually like this for Sacred. So that actually might make a big difference here for Boom. Mind you, his margins are very slim with the HP he's expecting to have at that point. Certainly does allow an angle in for Boom to play this match. What did they have for Slatum? Waiting on that token use. Everyone just kind of considering, deliberating. They've got 2 tokens available in Secret no one's picking up yet. There you go. One coming out for Pistolis. You've got the Book of Shadows. More save coming out for Tearlacore. Divine Rapier's up now for Boom.
Oh boy.
So they're looking to end this.
I mean,
Giant's Ring Zeus.
Boom's going to be hitting like an absolute truck here with the Stygian Desolator plus the Divine Rapier. My goodness. Can't wait to see how much damage he does. In fact, there's an amp damage rune again. Gaimin's Blessing once again sitting there for Team Secret whenever they want it. And Boom is going to walk right into that amp damage. Here we go. He'll take it for himself.
Wait. Puppey has 3 Greater Healing Lotuses and 2 cheeses, and he hasn't made a block of cheese yet. Is he waiting for 3 more Greater Lotus? 2 blocks of cheese.
He's stone here for the task. That's going to help a lot with the kickbacks. That added cast range is going to be very hard to play against.
That range is kind of dumb. That range is so dumb with Atrial Lens up.
Yeah, now he's got the Gomo Gomo no Mi, I think, John, on the tusk.
I have no idea what you're saying.
It's a one piece reference, Jonathan. Get it together. I'm cold
okay.
wine.
Sure, you say that. You say so, Mike. You say so.
Well, here we are, 63 minutes into the game. Plenty of tier 5 items available, but no fight yet.
You know what's so funny, Mike? I didn't expect this in this series. I thought it would come in for Azure Ray versus G2IG.
Oh, that'll be long. Don't you worry. We're saving that for the other set of casters. Don't you worry about that.
Nice and cozy later on.
Yeah. Puppey's the only man that has not put his tier 5 item token into the slot yet. He has not picked. He still holds onto the Ninja Gear, which makes enough sense because obviously the Ninja Gear has been proving to be very effective in terms of positioning for himself, and quite frankly, he'll probably just keep it over the tier 5 item. But I would like to see him pick something. And he does take a Giant's Ring. Okay. fact, he won't even keep the Ninja Key. He'll just take the Giant's Ring instead.
Why not? Gigantic little clockwork flying around. Always nice to see. That's all of her tier 5s up. No tier 3s being taken yet. Boom have not left their base in at least 20 minutes now, I want to say. Well, Secret being very disciplined, of course. Just going to wait for that next Roche, whenever that may be. Another Divine being queued up by Corden. Again, looking for that end-game possibility. Refresh being farmed up by Pakas. Sacred looking for the Arcane Blink into the Ags. Does have enough to buy out one of those, or at least buy out the Ags, but not enough to buy back. See when that opportunity for high ground opens. Only one here without buyback. It's only Panda. It's only about 500 gold away, though. Give him some more time, and he'll have that back up and running.
Fight me! Fight me!
They are not going to fight you, Boom.
Nah.
Not with
They're
that.
not. Boom will not fight Boom. We'll just hold out for now.
They commiserate for their fellow Booms.
Yeah.
That is a company policy by Gary Onka. Don't quote me.
Speaking of Gary, he's probably having an absolute heart attack right now. Shout out to you, Gary.
I think he's enjoying himself. This is exactly what he
highly
likes.
doubt it.
I'm pretty sure he's happy. If he's not happy, well, he can file a complaint later, I guess. He's already on the wrong team bus anyway, so.
Here we go. Team Secret still looking for an angle in. They control the whole map. They've got a 40k advantage now. This is all Arteezy's ever wanted, John. Just this kind of space, but he just never gets it. Divine up. Quarter. There's another one.
We got one block of cheese on Crystallis up. Very tasty barrier.
Dummy.
What the heck happened to the other cheese?
Savory Shield is a nice name.
It is a nice name. I'm just wondering what happened to the other cheese. They had 2 cheeses and 3 greater healing lotuses on Puppy. They used one to make a block of cheese, and I just don't know where the other one went. They must have eaten it. They got hungry. It's a long match. 2 minutes, still Roche. 35 to 32, 41k up.
See for cars in the mid lane, it's just so hard to know if you can jump. Those championship rounds now, it's just one mistake makes all the difference in these fights. You can farm as much as you want on the map. The thing is, you are at the point where you're basically just 6-letter on everyone, apart from perhaps the supports. Athea Lacour will be going for a BKB now on the Shadow Demon.
Smoke.
Okay, we have a smoke out. 5-man smoke here from BetBoom Esports. All 10 buybacks, of course, are available. No one is lacking the gold, nor should they be. If you can get a kill on Corden or perhaps even Boom, you've got a couple Divines available for yourselves on BetBoom Esports. Speaking of Divines, Pakas has not queued one up on himself yet, though I don't really think he's lacking damage, in all fairness.
The Windraker is a smart choice. Just some way to save, some way to bail out.
They're going in. Boom. Waiting on the MOUZ, looking for a nice arena. In comes Crystallis to give the vision with the plasma field, but Pakas is running. With that Giant's Ring, it's very hard to catch this Weaver. He'll show himself for now, but there's no stun to land. BetBoom Esports will want to get the hell out of there. I suppose you can think about just the next Roshan. It is up in a minute 15 seconds.
Yeah, no need to rock the boat here on Team Secret. Just lay back, find next Roche. Have BetBoom Esports enjoy some top-tier gameplay of hugging high ground. Get some coverage for your Divine Rapiers. And on Corden and on Boom.
Corden.
Oh,
They see Corden, but he's okay. He'll just use that psionic projection back the other way across
what a
the map.
spell.
What a spell indeed.
I love that spell. I love that it really did not get nerfed.
He's on.
Oh,
E3 tower takes 2 hits from Corden and back he goes to the other side of the map.
what a spell.
Yeah, it's a great spell. What do you do now? John, in BetBoom Esports, they're just not giving you an opening. Like, Team Secret will either play the stalemate game for as long as they possibly can, or Boom Esports will eventually just lose patience and go? Like, is it?
I think the key element that we never talk about in late game scenarios is secondary Divine being instantly bought out by Boom. I think the late game mindset for teams is you have to have, at this point, you have to have a player that can give you inspirational quotes. I'm sure Puppy has a ton. I'm hoping Boom has something to say. You know, someone who can quote The Art of War for whatever reason, or for some reason read a little bit too much of The Prince. You know, stuff like that. I don't know what it does, but it does something for your team.
Call Seb. Somebody call Seb. We need him right now.
That's it. Another Roche, another Cheese, another Ags, another Aegis. Another life cycle for Roshan. His torment never ending, of course. There it goes again. Who gets the Ags? It's gonna be Boom. Of course. I think did he just pocket the Divine in base? Yeah, he just has backup Divine ready with buyback. Surely this ends the game. When you've got Bulwark with Divine.
I don't want the game to end. I don't want the end.
I suppose it's fun to keep it going. I mean, it makes it more fun for everyone else after us when they have Azure Ray versus G2IG. That could last a good 3 hours. You never know. Knock on wood.
Any new items coming? I'm scouring the players for all these items, and we've got a Wind Waker being built up on Pekaz. Ags is still being built up on our Enigma. We've got an Ags coming out here for our Zeus. BKB on Knight. Aeon Disc to be built up on our Disruptor Panda. A lot of items still being built. Ags Blessing to come out on Chrysalis, of course, that will help quite a bit, I'm sure. With the Moon Shard queued up right after that with the Shard. BKB is still being built up on Thea Lacour. The thing is, the buybacks cost so much now that you really just have to hold out as long as possible before you buy these things.
You just have to be patient. On the other hand, they might get enough for a second block of cheese soon. You have one Greater Healing Lotus on Thea Lacour. So, another barrier in play. Glad to see Secret. You know what? One of those games we casted last year when Block of Cheese was first introduced, it was Secret that first used it, I think, instantly after the patch. And it was Puppy on his silencer that used it for whatever reason. So they've loved this Block of Cheese on Secret since it came out. They are cheese connoisseurs.
It would be fun if you could, like, feed Block of Cheese to the enemy. Like, the passive would be, like, lactose intolerant. How great would that be?
Just
minus 500 for the whole game.
That's a bit too strong. That sounds more impressive than a 500 HP barrier.
You don't have to pay me for that ID. You can take it for free.
I don't think I'll take it.
They are not. It's a great idea.
They are not thinking. What if we got? You know, I'm thinking about inspirations from like Boruto. What if we got dinosaurs in? At some point, they just, I don't know, they time travel in. These are ancients right across. Oh,
they found Panda. They have got Panda. It's an opening, but he does, of course, have buyback. All buybacks available. Into the mid lane they go. Oh, black hole! They have got Boom. No, it's the Aegis. The Vine is still up here for Boom on the MOUZ, although the Shards is going to lock him in. Boom, going to drop the arena. Has found Pekaz! Sacred! He'll try to save with the black hole, but Puppy's there to cancel. Sacred goes down. Buyback still available for everyone. Pekaz still alive in the middle of all this. There's your buybacks coming out. Pekaz dropping low now, but the disruption will buy him a little bit more time to get out. So he is running right back towards Crystallis. In fact, never mind, he wants Puppy. They'll lose the tusk in the meantime. Crystallis right by the fountain, fighting all by himself. Crystallis, can you really do it? This is dangerous. Crystallis is set to fall and does. Secret need to get the hell out. Boom, they want to capitalize. They've smoked up. They are rushing to see if they can get a glimpse target, but there's nobody left around.
At least they managed to get one set of racks out, using that Aegis quite nicely here on the side of Secret. Boom. They need to find something. They've bought back on 3 heroes. This lack of refresh on Pekaz is starting to hurt him. He needs that double BKB. He does have it ready to be flown out now. With the buyback on hand, can they get space back on Boom? They're eyeing up top. Got a glimpse of Corden, but...
Corden? If they can get Corden, he's got a divine, at least they can't take off him. They know. They ping him. They've got him. The Nimbus. They've got the Vision. Corden. He'll try and go the other way. Glimpses out. Signing projection. It's not enough. It's not enough. Corden's gone.
Corden!
Corden hands at least a divine over. That's just one divine. We are 74 minutes in, so I don't know how much impact you call this, but it's a big gold influx here for Slut.
is under attack.
And it is. Divine out for Slatum. I'm wondering if he just keeps it on physical instead of going for the bonus spell damage. He will toggle it out. And that is a lot of output on our Zeus, especially considering the lightning hands. You have a lot to play with. Again, there's still a Rax down here on Boom, but they managed to make it worthwhile. They need to cross that river somehow. They need to find more. They're keeping the smokes up. There's an Ags up and Crystallis on his respawn. One less Divine to worry about, but there's enough gold here for Corden to still buy one out with buyback gold. It's not the biggest loss here. Divine for Pakaz instead.
Bring it. Bring him out,
He
boys.
lacks buyback. He's 500 behind on Pakaz.
He'll farm. It's okay, he's farming. He's farming, it's alright, John. Hold on a minute. Here we go. Boom. He'll bump his BKB on the MOUZ. He has to, but the kickback will force him backwards. Pakaz, the black hole. Sacred. Gonna hold him down. Puppy. He'll cancel once again. The static storm in the middle of all this. Nobody actually dying yet. They're still under the MOUZ though. Boom. Surely goes down. Down the black hole. But no, the kickback.
What?
Oh, they kicked him out of the black hole. Crystallis is going to move back in. They'll force him back, but Boom jumping right back in with the arena now onto Slatum. Here comes Puppy. He's after the Enigma. They've taken down Dieback. Taken Sacred down. 2 Diebacks on Boom Esports. They're onto Pakaz. Pakaz is running, but the chase is on. Corden should have him. Hook. Puppy gives the vision, the disruption to lock him down. And he is gone. The Divine on the deck once again. He just bought it. Corden will take it, thank you very much. 2 swords for 2 hands.
Oh, this is not the spot Boom wants to be in. It could have gone so good. That kick. Just that kick. The coordination just falling off there. Knight. They don't need it. He needs the Divine at this point. You've got 2-on-1. You can go for the high ground. No need to think about it too hard. Boom. Boom Esports, it looked like they could have come back onto the high ground movement. It was such good openings to refresh. The secondary black hole, even onto 1, was on a major target. Now the end game, lining up for Secret. So much time for the respawns on those diebacks.
Here we go, 3v5. Your last chance for Boom. Go, Crystallis.
What?
Crystallis, be careful, sir. You are fighting a god. Oh, there's no way. It's 5v3. I think you have to take the chance. Boom's going to jump in, but misses the arena. Catches nobody. They'll go after the T4 towers. Corden focusing it as well. Pakaz has to fight. He has to go in right now. The Ancient exposed. They'll drop the static storm. Boom dropping low. Crystallis trying to go Pakaz. Dropping very, very low. They'll still just focus down the Ancient. Slatum is down. They've got no choice. Sacred. They'll take game 2. They'll take X2. Over to that. Already a 5-on-5 smoke situation, but naturally just to get the wards down ASAP. Going back to the Bloodseeker, I mean, I just think it's comfort. Yeah, that's...
Yeah.
I mean, I know you're trying to explain why, but ultimately it just feels like comfort.
I mean, it definitely is. You know, Crystallis is known for like 3-4 of his carry heroes. Monkey King, Razor, Bloodseeker. Well, Bloodseeker is the one that was left in the pool. Yeah, I mean, he's very effective with it, right? So, again, Clockwork Bloodseeker lane is nice. Smoke.
Down. Secret are waiting very patiently. Pakaz still frontlining with his team, ready with the spin whenever. Bloodright is going to be thrown out. It will land on through the spin. I mean, Pakaz is going very far forward, and now a torrent. Sacred landing a 2-man torrent perfectly. They'll take Corden. They'll take Boom. The tips are coming out. XD Boom. XD, sir.
Oh boy. I think you make a big mistake when you all chat to South Americans, Mike. You know, you do not do that to South American teams. That just makes them play better.
Yeah.
They will just double down on you every single time. You've got to be ready on that for a Secret. Good start for Boom Esports already. Not the best start for Mr. Boom XD, unfortunately.
No. You've unlocked hard mode, I think, here against the side of Boom Esports here. It's very reminiscent of SCA teams, I think. It's one similarity SA and SCA have a lot, apart from losing a lot, is the fact that they do not like being trash talked. There is pride on the line.
There is a lot of pride in the line. Again, a great start for Boom Esports. And they are still maintaining this tri lane. There's a lot of aggression that can come out. Puppy looking to maybe try to drag a creep wave or snipe a courier or set up a ward or something. Not going to be able to really get anything for his trouble. Still surrounded. Knight playing tag. They're not going to fully commit. Panda does leave, and we will get our lanes back into order. Down mid, of course, we've been taking a look at Slatum. On the puck, up against Corden, on the Coddle. They did manage to block Corden's camp with that movement in, so there's a lot of value here for Boom, in that Corden's not just going to be able to flash farm with the Illuminate as much as he'd want. He will clear it out later on, but the damage will be done. No in-between waves stacking for Corden to build up that economy. So already a good note for Slatum. Mind you, not the best lane for puck once more, but not a lane that the puck should get utterly crushed in. If you play your cards right.
Yeah. It was all about that earn timing on Corden. And we saw this the other day as well. It was against Azure Ray, and I mean, the Coddle ends up popping off simply because I believe it was Chan Ming ended up beating those earn charges the way of the mid-keeper, and it just kind of all falls apart from there. And it's kind of the one big thing against Bitcoin. Never, ever give him those initial charges. If you can deny that from him, chances are the hero is just completely useless.
And we'll see how cautious they are on the side of Boom Esports. They're taking a look at the other lanes. Lots of aggression there, but up top.
Top lane. Yeah, Pakaz with a very nice spin with the blast off setup. One more hit. Oh, Pakaz. You can't dive the tier 1 tower. It's just too risky. He'll back off. But they do leave the Brewmaster on very low HP, and he only has one shared tanker.
Well, again, that's where the XD play comes in, Mike. Fighting them into game 3. Boom under a lot of pressure. Boom Esports feeling hungry to get something done there. So far, again, still strong start. You're having a great lane for Pakaz. Boom, again, has some play with Teal Core here. Down bot, still keeping some aggression up, not able to fully seal the deal. But a lot of back and forths again across the lanes. And it's Boom Esports really emphasizing this aggression. And they want to find as much as possible. They do have the setup and chain control to get that done. And it's a pretty good sign for them to play this fast. Still curious about what Pakaz would want to build up here on his jug, keeping it open. But if he has a good start, Battle Fury does not sound too bad in this game at all.
Absolutely not. Now, a very decent start here for Pakaz. Crystalus doing not too bad himself either. Knight is forcing him away. Meanwhile, mid lane, a bit of harass trade going on here between Corden and Slatum. Because the puck very, very good at juking out the Illuminate spam of Corden, which is why you go for the puck mid-matchup against the Keeper of the Light. Bottom. And Bloodright's going to land onto the Kunkka, but you're not really looking to kill too much, I don't think. Like, Sacred should be just fine. Boom, on the other hand, on the off lane, is not going to be just fine, as Pakaz able to secure his life.
Yep. Again, they've got a vendetta right now on Boom, and they're maximizing on that. Getting some good kills, getting that early acceleration for Pakaz. This is going to make him confident enough to queue up the Battle Fury. Phase Boot's not too far off to keep that chase down going. And this is the beauty of the jug pick into what should be an aggressive lane for Brewmaster. And for the Bad Rider, one little spin just ruins all of that when they try to jump in.
If they can keep the aggression up, currently 0-3 for Boom Esports. Bottom lane, again, Puppy now going to be in a spot of danger. Let's get the cogs off though, and that's going to be enough to allow him to walk out of there. Slatum narrowly avoids the Illuminate from Corden. He's dropping very low now on the puck. Fighting over those water roots. Of course, now Corden does have the earn up. He won't rotate yet, of course. You probably want to hit level 6 before you do get going. But now you've got to be a little bit concerned as to where the Coddle is at all times.
Have to keep an eye out. Early damage coming out from Corden is ramping up. He did manage to also clear out his large medium camp, so he does have a lot of flash farm in between the waves to play with. Not going to be able to retake control there for the side of Boom. Very focused on the side lanes. No rotations onto mid. A little bit of a chase down bot.
Everyone's just a bit too tanky down at that bottom lane. So I think Sacred is very happy on that Kunkka. 29 and 5 in CS, having a much better time than, say, the Crystallis Bloodseeker. Mid lane, Slatum trying to intervene here with the farming pattern of Corden. Very easy farming pattern to read, of course. It's always the same thing on the Radiant side with the Keeper of the Light.
But it is. Again, still ramping up here on that Coddle. Working instead of the straight Spirit Vessel, just going for the Orchid, which I do like.
Thinking about Boom again. Won't bother popping the spin this time. Just the Brewmaster not quite low enough, and you can see Boom just using the salve, always trying to stay at max HP. understanding how much damage they can do with this jump.
It's wasting a lot of economy out from Boom, and he's not able to soak as much as he'd want to in this lane. Really good control coming out from Boom Esports. And just a constant threat. One sticky bomb into a blast off. Boom's just so easy to run down. Still, there is some room for Lacour to make his way onto mid, start to camp for that 6-minute rune. Do not want to give Slatin anything big. Might be able to let him play with that early Dream Coil already up on him as well. Wards are set up.
Mid lane, the keeper, Corden, making a fair bit of damage. Here comes Puppey, Dream Coil. We'll lock a couple in. Corden still okay. Knight now the one in danger. Knight does get caught. Lacour will show up just in case. We'll lose the courier of the Bat Rider, but that's about it. A nice pick-off now as the rotations are incoming. You've got those earn charges now to play with. So they'll go down towards that bottom lane. Sacred forced to just TP away immediately. We'll be fine to do so. But again, this is when things get rather scary against Secret.
Yep. Corden's just going to be setting up. He knows he can camp down bot. He's going to cut the creep wave, keep this farm game and aggression going. Rotation out from Boom just doesn't pan out. Boom, though, is up top. Will TP away as well. Blastoff was committed. No way to keep that Brewmaster down. Back to the tier 1. But this pressure bot is starting to ramp up. Like, it is giving more room out for Crystallis. Overall, the laning phase for Team Secret in terms of CS has been really slow. This movement from Corden, a welcome break, especially for that safe lane here.
Puppey trying his best to steal the Wisdom Rune away, but not going to be able to get away with it. He cannot get the deny either. Sacred will be very happy with the free pickup onto the kill. Still going to be a 1-for-1 on the Wisdom Runes. As now, Boom again going down. But Bakaz able to secure his life once again. Already the third death for Boomers. All the tips are coming up. Bakaz, he wants the Lacour. Lacour going to avoid the sticky bomb. Bakaz still going for this. Has Omni available, but will not look to dive. They'll miss the blast off the boot. Here comes Corden. He'll punish Panda for diving. Luckily for them, Bakaz at the very least is able to leave.
No hook shot just yet from Puppey, so can't fully close the gap. As the healing ward on hand, does have some flash mana as well for Bakaz in case he needs the Omni. Will be perfectly fine here. More earn charges coming out for Corden. Great activity on the board for the Kotal, leveraging that early magical damage and control they do have with that level 6 spike. As long as the Spirit forms up, the Solar Bind softens up these targets so much. No blocks on the triangle either. There's so much more farm for Corden. This Orchid timing is going to ruin Slatum if he's not careful. But Boom Esports now locking down bot.
Yeah, bottom lane. Big trouble here for the Bloodseeker right now. No help incoming either. Crystallis is just on his own and he is gone. Sacred now. Killing spree on the Kunkka and a very important kill. Well, there was a 2-man smoke from Slatum and Panda coming, but it just wasn't required. So instead, they'll go through the twin gates, head up top where Puppey is currently hanging around. Slatum will barely miss out on the clock. Of course, the movement has now been read.
A little bit unfortunate on that timing. Not going to be able to find anything for the trouble off the back of that smoke, but still a pretty big kill to slow down Crystallis again. You do have some good trades coming out from Secret, but the lanes are just, in terms of CS, has been an absolute mess for the side of Team Secret. The side of Boom Esports running away with Murder, Sacred, and Bakaz keeping up the farm pace of Corden, who can clear multiple camps. That's not good news for Team Secret. Crystallis and Boom having to play a slower game. Sit back, try to farm up, get into this Radiance timing on the Brewmaster down midnight.
Danger, Lacour going to go for the chase, and Knight is just going to burn to the Firefly. Sacred, he's found himself a big keeper of the life kill. Dreamcore going to lock him down. Corden, no way out of this one, surely. Still trying to fight, does heal up, and now the lasso comes out, but Corden is gone. They will still try to go after the puck, but he will just jaunt out of there. So instead, they have to settle for Sacred. Still a pretty big kill and a dominating spree to go the way of Crystallis.
It's an important one to find. Good punishment out from Secret. They do lose their highest net worth hero, but that kill streak makes it all the worthwhile for them to commit. Great first usage of that primal split from Boom, having that massive impact in the mid lane. And that will slow down Boom Esports momentum just a tad bit. Still, free space for Bakaz. Battle Fury not too far off. Whereas Crystallis still trying to work into that Maelstrom, which is still about 1.4k gold away. Another smoke out from Boom Esports. They do have level 6 up in Panda, so if he gets the blast off, the Prox Mines laying down is enough burst damage here. We've got that Orchid we were looking for from Corden. Can he spot something out?
Oh, he cops the stun. Mines are going down as well. Oh, and they've got him. I thought perhaps that there'd be a bit of a turnaround to come, but not quite. Another kill onto the Bloodseeker and another great kill for Boom Esports.
Yeah, but they still have to reveal this new item here on Secret. Smoke out for Corden and Teal Orchid up on Corden. This can catch out Pakaz or Slatin by surprise, and it looks like they want Pakaz. Nothing defensive. Remember, he's trying to go into the Battle Fury. Something like the Manta is still a pipe dream right now for Pakaz. Needs to be cautious here.
Round is there. Theolacore has lasso ready whenever. Pakaz might just run right into them to boot. He'll see Theolacore. In fact, no, he didn't. He won't react quick enough. They'll get the silence with the Orchid into the Solar Bite, and Pakaz is blown up. Or finding his first kill of the game, but it just feels like he's had so much more impact already.
Yeah, he's making all the right moves. He's got that early timing. There is nothing defensive on Boom. No saves at all outside of maybe a Rumbuff.
Puppy. Very nice hook. Silence is there onto the puck. Of course, with the Orchid up, there's not much Slatum can do about that. Horton, this man is not slowing down.
No, he isn't. Again, from his time on Bleed, Pavel was one of his probably best heroes that we've seen from him, along with the Spirit Brothers, doing great work in this game already. Having the space to clear out mid, even Crystallis taking some early activity with that Javelin timing, knowing that he has some output and contribution in these team fights, does make a world of difference. Still, Boom Esports trying to secure their triangle, getting some stacks up. Battle Fury for Pakaz, still about 600 gold away. Once that's fully up, he's got a lot of farm to feed into. Work onto that Ags, maybe get maybe a Manta before the Ags, just to have some sort of dispel for all of that control. See what the option is for Pakaz down the line. Again, Secret reeling back after a slower laning start. They are still a little bit behind on some of their cores, but they've slowed Slatum to the point where it does equalize. And they've given Teolacore a ton of space with that blink up. So they do take advantage, a slight advantage at 1k. Boom Esports, for their part, they need to get Sacred into that Ags timing for their own team fight presence. Again, you're not going to be banking on Pakaz with just the Battle Fury. He will need some more stats. For the side of Team Secret, I mean, it's run and gun. Lasso, not the longest cooldown in the world. They can just keep going, but the mines will scout out.
He's got hook. Theolacore's still going to get head into the triangle. They'll see a bunch of stacks at the very least, so they could think about just taking those. Get down south again by the looks of it. Not seeing Sacred or Knight quite yet. Meanwhile, Crystallis, he has been jumped. They are going to try and go for the jump first. Crystallis is going to go down. Here comes the cavalry. They'll try to punish, but Sacred's already TPing out, and now the Terrorize is going to make it pretty hard to follow up as Knight's going for a TP play, but he won't make it. He will at least force Boom to pop the Primal Split. I'd still say it's a very good trade for Boom Esports.
And they utilize that information well. After the mine pops, they go straight for the scan. They take a good position around their ward. They punish Crystallis and instantly TP back on Sacred. Really great reads out from Boom Esports. Stacks still being taken, but they are around to contest on Boom. Not going to be given away freely. Instead, it is softened up for Pakaz to play with his Battle Fury. He's going to be a very happy lad with that up. Is going for Yasha into what should be the Manta style for a Dispel. Overall, the investments on Boom for their cores are still lining up way better than Secrets right now. Still more recovery for Crystallis and for Boom. But their timings are starting to line up. 1,000 gold away from the Radiance here for Boom. For Crystallis, just needs that BKB, and he's pretty much set to go with a Maelstrom. Has some good damage up front. You are going back for the BKB on Corden, just to have some protection. Again, no pressure for the full Spirit Vessel here, at least very early on. You can't afford for more utility elsewhere. Boom Esports, and it's still in a good spot. I think your concern is this jug and the Ags timing of Sacred. The fact that he's been allowed to hit and run so often. Only about 1.2k gold away from full Ags. This timing is going to be a little bit insane. And you'll only have probably one BKB lined up by that point, and it should be Corden's. Everyone else will be sitting ducks to that Torrent Storm.
Absolutely. Never fun to have to play into that. Sacred doing a very good job here on the network. Car's right behind him. Corden still all the way at the top. Brelis is rushing his BKB now as he's going to find Panda. Corden not really seeing the opportunity. Will just rush away. Into the mid lane and deal with the creep wave instead. Thea Lacour could be in a spot of danger now. Sacred is going to land the X off. And that'll be a nice death onto Thea Lacour. Knight will be able to take that one on the Dark Willow, and that'll escalate his Yule Scepter a little bit fast.
Just a little bit more hold again for Knight. Maybe even a self-save. And thing does come in. BetBoom Esports going up 7-10 now. Side of Secret. Again, just waiting on this farm. They had some good tempo with Corden. They do need that protection with the BKB. Sacred just 440 gold away from that full Ags. And just, we've seen Torrent Storm so many times just make a world of difference. Mind you, in game one, this Kunkka didn't quite work out, but maybe Boom.
Oh, hook! Puppey, he's found Slardom. The Cogs will push him back, and the lasso will ensure that he does go down. Very nice bait play. He waited for the power rune to be taken by Slardom and immediately just goes for the hook into the Cog.
Ah, Puppey. And it's this long-range reach from Secret. The hook shot, the blink, lasso, all the single target control. They might find more.
They could try and punish Puppey for that. There is help incoming. Thea Lacour will try to intervene. Meanwhile, Picard's waiting on the high ground, does have Omni ready to go and does pop it onto Thea Lacour. That's your Batrider gone. Corden immediately rushing off. Terrorize being channeled but won't be completed as they do go for the Primal Split here on Boom. But most of the Primal Split units are going to be sent up and not Sacred's. The Earth Panda does find Sacred. They'll take down the Kunkka. Not a bad trade at all here for the side of Team Secret.
I'm more than happy. Again, off the back of that kill on Slottum. Find Sacred as well. 2 cores for his support. Make it work. Very close call for Sacred. Just needed a little bit more spacing. A little bit of vision. Allowing a Boom to find that kill. And Secret again starting to hit critical mass. Radiance is coming out for Boom. Crystallis, free space, just lacking the recipe for the BKB. Corden is lacking a little bit more as well for the recipe of his own. Maybe this Ags timing that we've been talking about in Sacred might not be as impactful as he'd hope it to be. Still close, but again, BKBs are starting to initialize here. Secret, they've got a lot of play. Boom. You kind of need to execute on this and just give Pakaz space. Get this Manta. Heck, you need something defensive on Slottum. He's going for the Yule's back with Blink. There's anything to take care of all these debuffs from Secret, all these silences. In fact, just the one silence from the Orchid has been a nightmare for all of these cores to deal with.
It's not about Crystallis time as well, might be the issue. Like Crystallis now going on towards his own one charge into the BKB. 1k net worth lead again. Both these teams have been very evenly matched throughout this best-of-3 series. Car's very close now to the map, which is about 400 gold off. Slardom does seem to be committing for the blink before the Yule Scepter. You almost wish he just goes the Yules first, because Corden has been a real menace with the Orchid, but it seems as though Corden has taken a backseat for now anyway. Slardom might be able to afford to just go blink first. Because you do have that menacing combination with the Dream Crawl into the Terrorize. Oh, but here we go. Terrorize, or rather Dream Crawl, is out catching up Puppey with the Bedlam. Puppey actually still alive for a little bit longer, but he is going to go down. Knight will be able to secure.
Again, a nice simple pick off for Boom. They do have to expend Dream Coil, which is a little bit longer, but not the longest. Yeah. Downtime for Boom Esports isn't that big, so they can't afford to just try to run and gun like this. See, again, still a rather even game. These timings start to ramp up for both sides. BKB for Corden is completed. He's not going to be as threatened by the fresh Ags of Sacred. He'll be able to hold his own. His main concern will be the physical output of Pakas. He's got his Manta up, protection from the Orchid, and start to play around a little bit more aggressive on Jug, but here comes Secret with his smoke across the map.
Trying to protect that top tier 1 tower. Crystallis is farming right now. He's not going to join his team by the looks of it, but he can TP to the T1. Look for a lasso, Thea Lacour. He will catch out a Techies. Hookshot is there from Puppey. A nice Cox to push Panda back off the high ground. But where's your damage? Where's your follow-up? Team Secret falling apart. Picard with the Omni. He'll take down Puppey and Thea Lacour. They will continue to try, but Picard will just spin TP out of there. He's all right. They have left Sacred behind for now. Meanwhile, Panda does die to Crystallis. They should have themselves a conquerors. Oh, Corden!
Oh.
Corden ran into the mine.
Oh no.
Sometimes you forget. Chrysalis has been left behind now. The boat to fly in. It will end up connecting with the X-Pac. And Boom can only run as Boom Esports are on the chase. A full team wipe on their hands in a moment, I think. A Sacred just waiting for the X-Pac does catch it. They've got the Bedlam on top. And the Brewmaster is gone.
Oh, what a mess for Team Secret. They get that angle on the side, but the lasso only onto Panda. And the hookshot on top. And they ping-pong around as techies, but this isn't the key target they were looking for. It gave so much room out for Pakaz, for Sacred, and even for Slatin to just come in and clean up afterwards. And I guess I can't fault Corden for walking into those mines. It's not the most common mine spot. You know, for a techies this early on to mine that area of the jungle, not something you expect. Heck, even these mines by the ramp that he's setting up for as well is ready for more surprises. But again, this initiation from Secret, it's nice. It's just not the key target they want, not the key target they need here.
Not momentum now to be taken here from Boom Esports. Seeing a bit of a replay of that last fight. Chrysalis does manage to come in and help out at the end, but probably was better off just sitting back as Corden. Sadly falling into the trap laid there by Panda. Of course, the fight, I mean, it looked decent to start, but not decent to finish. The Team Secret now taking the back seat as we do have a 5k advantage for Boom Esports. No real big objectives being taken. I mean, they've lost their top T1 and bottom T1 tower, but Secret have got the opposite T1s as well. No mid T1 tower dropping here from Team Secret, but one going down from Boom Esports. Problem is Pakaz just farming a bit too fast, I think, on the Jug, and that's going to be the big concern here. If you are Team Secret, is they are going to see Panda in the mid lane. Nice, easy lasso kill. No way out of that one for Panda. Styles will be able to take it. Panda. Still a menace from the grave.
Have to be a bit careful. They do pop them without dying at very least, so some of that effort is wasted, I suppose. Not the biggest kill, but again, every kill counts when you are a little bit behind here for Team Secret. Just to put lasso on cooldown to find something nice. TP out. No problem. I think the one thing I am concerned about with Team Secret is this farm distribution. Corden is still soaking up everything, man. Again, the Kotal can still do a lot in this game. You've got Octarine build up, you've got Sight of Vice later on. You've got some damage you can work on with, say, Dagon to just try to burst down. But that investment's not going to Chrysalis. That investment's not going to Boom, who could use, you know, like, way more than the Kotal. It does feel like you kind of cap out fast on the Keeper. That's the one concern. Where's the win condition of Boom? Pakaz is soaking up a nice amount of farm. The distribution with Sacred and Slatum is still within reasonable gaps here. So they are scaling nicely together as a team. That is one concern I have here. Again, we've seen so many Kotal games where he soaks up all the farm to the detriment of the other cores that it can start to hold you back just a tad bit when he clears all these camps.
Certainly feels that way right now. Kaz, on the other hand, happy to soak up all the camps with his team. 10.5k net worth on the Jug. Does have the Aghanim Scepter on the way, going for the MKB up next here for the Juggernaut. Just with the Ags alone is already going to be a pretty big problem, I think, for Team Secret. Very hard to control the Juggernaut at this stage.
We've seen so many big swift flash plays. That cooldown is insanely short for what it is. Just needs the attack speed with the MKB. They will go for the smoke play out in Boom. Corden.
Dreamcall is there, Slatum. No hesitation, but Corden will pop the BKB. It's way too big of a kill to give away here to Boom Esports. Still, Boom will commit at least with his tier 1 mid tower. Only Dreamcall really committed, so they can happily take a fight if necessary. It doesn't seem like Team Secret are interested at all anyway. They'll just let the tier 1 go. Meanwhile, the LaCour being hunted down at the top lane, but Slatum will miss out. Bit too late to the party. So Team Secret, we're in another game where I think Secret are just avoiding for now.
That they are. Just try to get that build up. And they're working towards the Ags here for Crystallis after the Gleipnir. So we will see the return of the Blood Mist and the Shield. We will have the little barrier coming up. Again, I don't know if that still feels great when the Shard, which really was the one consistent source of regen for you, is only 30 damage now, which again is not particularly amazing. The scaling of it before was great. Boom will be forced to split.
Will split. He'll still turn back around, seeing if he can hold somebody down, but there's no helping coming really. It's just Puppey TPing into the outpost. Nouns Esports still happy to take their time here. Bakaz again still completely free farming on the jug. Once he's got the MKB up, you're going to have a very hard time slowing this man down. Top lane, Lacour needs to be a little bit cautious because Panda is having a gander with the blast off, but does miss out. Crystallis is going to be there though, along with Corden now, so they might want to try and force the fight while BetBoom Esports to split. Problem is, Bakaz has joined in the top lane. So this might not be the fight they really wanted. Team Secret indeed will back their way up.
That will give that opening for Roshan. No contest out from Team Secret. Just kind of hang back. Can get that build up. You're so close to a BKB until a core. It's going to be a big difference maker here as well for him to have that easy initiation for the team. You're going to have to save Rob Corden.
What happened?
He walked into the same mine spot that Panda had a while ago when they walked into this ramp on mid tower.
Oh no.
Huh?
Oh boy. That's a Phil's bad. That is a Phil's bad.
Hand on head. And what can you do, Corden? You know, you don't expect the techies to remind there, to be fair. Like the fact that Panda remind there is kind of insane in and of itself. So props to Panda for being a little bit crazy. He's mining it again. Why?
I mean, if it keeps working, why not? The mouse keeps coming to the tractor. Oh boy. Well, for any old school techies players out there, you're seeing a bit of a masterclass here from Panda.
Yeah, you're like, oh, he wouldn't replant there, right? Not there again. Surely not this time. Not the third time in a row for Panda.
Well, let's hope Corden doesn't run into them for the third time in a row. We'll see.
Aegis on hand. MKB not too far off from Bakaz. That's going to be the much needed attack speed he'll want for his swift slash, of course. Oh,
Puppey. The hook shot is there. Slardom actually getting caught by a lasso. Dragged back, almost going down. Gets the Yule Scepter off, but surely can't get out. Panda's going to blast off. He does jaunt away. Slardom is fine. Panda is somehow still alive. Surely goes down and does. But it's a low cost to play to allow Slardom to get out, as now Bakaz has joined in. He wants the fight. They will split up with the Brewlings, but the Omni slash back it was Swift first. Corden, he'll cop the Omni. He will go down. Maybe now with without the Omni available, they can keep the fight going, but it's not looking too good with this Bloodseeker. He'll be forced to BKB up, but he's just retreating. I mean, Boom is still fighting with the Brewlings, but he can't really deal with the Juggernaut. Meanwhile, Sacred is controlling up Puppey. Crystal is still being chased up here by our Puck. Slardom might just have him. Uphill miss. Come on, Slardom. He's got him. And even Bakaz, he'll pick up Puppey.
Oh, what big plays. Again, Panda, the maniac, blasting in to save the day once more and slap him. Finds a haste rune of Faultings right down after the reset. Great positioning from Bakaz to be around with a healing ward, full reset. And that's them saving the Aegis into the high ground with Swift Slash at the ready. Again, this cooldown is just so dumb with 20 seconds. Feels like in the fight you can get it off at least 2 times. You've got Dream Coil back up as well for the siege. Creep Wave does melt with Corden around, but the damage is done. It's just on point now from Boom. 8k advantage, 12 to 21. Team Secret for their part. This kind of reels back into the Bloodseeker pick. Like everything else is synergizing well. I'm not sure when you fully expect this Bloodseeker to really be online. It feels like Ags plus Shard. And again, the Shard does not feel as good as it once did. Let's see. Bakaz playing with full confidence here.
Certainly is. Boat's going to fly into Boom. Bakaz is literally just ignoring him. We'll think about it now, but no. Back to the T2 tower. Bakaz, a man of business, not messing around whatsoever, as Boom is still just hanging out right in front. Bakaz, no fear in the world, just takes the T2. And there's no real punishment for it. Another press. Catches it. This time around, they'll commit. There goes Boom.
Oh my god.
I mean, they gave him like 10 seconds to leave.
There's the tip again.
That one may have been deserved, John. I'll be frank.
Yeah, he was definitely playing with fire there. They were slowing down Picaz, but he is a man on a mission. He wants the high ground. He wants the advantage for his team. After that all chat, you bet Boom is hungry. Boom Esports at the very least. 12-22, Tormentor is up. We'll snag that one away from Secret. Teal is making this an annoying process. He will eventually find it here. Get the freebie out for Panda. And without the reactive taser with a little bit of damage and application onto allies. Some more good save potentials here in times of risk. Excuse me. And they hold on to the H's. Still only 40 seconds left. They've gotten so much out of this safety net. Boom. Going into the Parasma for Slotham. They've got the Bloodstone coming out for Sacred. They're going again for a smoke play. They only really lack Omni. Dream Coil's coming back up.
Work right down towards the south where Crystallis is. Bloodseeker has been struggling to get to the Saganim Scepter point, and it looks like he might be struggling just a little bit more now because they are heading right his way. Knight, smoke broken. Actually takes the Watcher first. Bramble's eventually out. You've got a BKB ready to go, and Crystallis will pop it now. Dream Coil will, of course, break. Crystallis looking to retreat as the rest of his team is now ready to back him up. Boom Esports may have gone a bit too far themselves. Slardum, he's going to try and jaunt out with the orb. He might just make it out. Picaz is right behind, but there's no Omni Slash available, so it's a hard fight. He'll go for the Swift. He needs another 15 seconds for the Omni to be available now. The Sacred has joined in. A 4v5 the wave Secret, but it seems that Boom Esports still want to fight. Slardum, Lasso, the blast off, Panda. He won't allow them to take him down. And here comes Picaz. Omni up in one. Nobody left the Omni though. He'll just go after Puppey. And Pearl Puppey going to be left behind, taken out with the Swift Slash. Boom's been left behind to boot. He'll try to run towards his tier 2 tower, but the Yule Scepter will lock him up.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy! Let's go, Panda! That's what I want to see. Oh my goodness. Boom has had a target on his back up against Boom Esports. The wrong team to XD when your name is Boom. He is finding out the hard way, Mike.
I can almost guarantee this is Gary talking to. Gary said, listen, you guys better not lose this game. You are XDing Boom, whether you like it or not. You drop an XD on that man. You never let him do that to you.
Absolutely evil from Boom Esports. Panda is doing God's work with the saves. All these blast offs in the middle. It's just always there to bail out Slotham. High ground siege does begin. No more safety nets here for Boom, but do they need it? Probably not. Omni Slash ready on Picaz. Everything set to go. Only the Torn Storm gone. Not going to take too long to clear out at least 2 steps.
Coil is out. Slotham, he wants to put it into this game. Terrorize committed as well. Corden, he gets the BKB in time. There is still a tier 2 bottom tower, so they cannot go for Megas, but they can certainly pick up 2 Raxes now as Puppey's just trying to buy a bit of space for himself and run away from Picaz, but Picaz gets the Swift Flash off right onto the clockwork. They'll find another. Picaz is just so huge at the moment. Boom is gone to boot. This is looking real bad as Crystallis pops the Omni. He's gone. Fear Lacour will follow. It might be time to call it, boys.
A diving fountain.
They are diving fountain on court.
GG.
Called. Picaz and Ultra XD coming up the backer again. DX it is. What do you do? What do you do? Oh, in Secret, it was a good attempt throughout game number 2, but game 3, Boom Esports just had their number. You gave them the motivation to make this happen.
Never, never, never XD